In your universe, there's only one Spider-Man. But there is another universe. It looks and sounds like yours, but it's not. My name's Miles Morales.
Making pancakes. Making pancakes.
But you know, fall for party.
Making pancakes. Making pancakes.
What's up, everyone? This is Arnaldo, aka Mad Dog, and this is going to be the real episode 139 of GG's the Mouthful podcast.
GG, everybody. GG.
We're very mellow today.
Apparently, we are doing the ASMR episode of GG, the Mouthful podcast, where we're going to talk like this for the rest of the episode. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy the new 139 episode of GG!
Oh, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. That voice, of course, that was going in and out like this is Mr. David Santos, aka Dream Twister.
Howdy doody. Howdy doody.
Howdy doody indeed.
Howdy doody. I am Woody from
Toy Story.
Toy Story. There you go.
Nice.
Yes.
Well done, sir. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. If you like this show, please like, subscribe, and share the podcast with everyone. And also, please go to goodgame.tech and join the conversation there. That takes you right to our Facebook group. It's an awesome group, and we love everyone in it.
Almost everyone. Except for Jason.
I love Jason. I cannot.
I like
not
Jason.
love Jason.
I don't love Jason.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, so you haven't reached that point in your relationship.
Things got a little rough, so we're kind of on the outs right now. But
okay.
I'm waiting. I know he's waiting for my apology.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You're not gonna get it, Jason.
2019 is a new year, sir. I think.
I think that should be. Yeah. I should make amends.
I think so.
I'm kidding. I love Jason. Who does not love the Jason? Come on.
I love that freaking guy.
Oh, yeah. We should... when are we going to... Jason, all right. We'll DM you sometime. We need to bring you one of these. Sir, what are we having over here?
Sir, I'm having a beer. I haven't had a beer since Sunday. It is Friday, guys. Let me tell you. It has been a shit week not drinking. For the love of Christ.
So you fell off the wagon.
Yes, but this is more like jumping off the wagon.
Okay.
Like head first. I'm getting off this shit.
Damn, son. So what bet did you lose?
No, it wasn't a bet. It was just my wife and I, we decided to just kind of say, you know what? We drink. She drinks a lot of wine. I drink beer. We don't really do hard stuff. We're fucking old. It's gonna fucking lay us out. We ain't gonna do all that.
Sure.
Yeah, and so, but we noticed that it's a continuous, especially through the holidays. It's a continuous thing. Like, man, we should probably slow down. So we decided to just do 2 nights a week or 2 days a week, and we could. It's our own days. We can pick whenever we want to do it. So I went the whole week. I was like, no, I know I'm gonna. The Mouthful podcast is not a dry podcast.
Podcast day is definitely going to be a bender one.
Exactly. So I'm like, there's no way I'm not going to. So, and then I know football's this Sunday. So I'm like, okay, well, there goes my 2 days.
There you go.
So I had to suffer through the week. She was there because we had dinner at the house yesterday. A bunch of people come by and she was like, no, people coming by, and so she had her wine while I was sitting there with freaking bottled water all night. And I was like, this is bullshit. But I've made it through. I have my beer.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, sir.
And that's what you get. You get the holy goblet.
Yes.
Of beer.
Oh my God! It smelled so good. I smelled it for at least 5 minutes before drinking. Just want to take it all in.
Do you need a moment? Do you need me to get out of the room?
No, I've had my moment. I've had my moment.
Okay.
We're understanding now. I'm going to take it slow. Got to savor this bad boy.
All right.
If this is your first time listening, guys, like I said, what we normally do is we go in to what we've been up to and then finally go into some news items and finally finish with our hot topic. Hot topic this week, guys. It is our Game of the Year show.
This is the one.
This is it.
This is the one that you guys have been preparing
from
the beginning of this year.
the ones where we're gonna talk about the games that you probably has already seen on many Game of the Year lists because everybody's doing fucking Game of the Years.
I know. I
lists.
swear. They're just copying off
They're
us. What
just
the hell? Yeah.
copying us. Okay.
I tell you.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
All right, so let's start the show, sir. Did you want to go first? It's
Let me get it out of the way.
okay.
Yeah, just because my week was surprisingly like even as far as games. I didn't, unlike the previous weeks where I was like experimenting in different things.
Oh, okay.
This week I just stuck to one game, and one game has grabbed me to the point that it has pretty much dictated all I've been doing this week.
Oh, wow.
And that game, sir,
Oh
surprisingly
my
enough,
God, I'm scared.
is Hitman.
Oh, okay.
It's actually Hitman. You know,
So
that was,
is this the first Hitman or the new Hitman?
it's Hitman 2.
Okay.
But because I never finished Hitman, I dabbled in it a little bit, and I thought, oh, okay, you know, this is cool, but it's not the right time to play it right now. The original Hitman came out into the original good Hitman. Yeah,
The last Hitman that came out. Yeah.
it came out in 2016. I realized this series is as old as
Very old. Yes.
Yes, but I, like those versions never really I never cared for that character or the story or anything like that before.
Mhm.
You know, the story of Agent 47, like it wasn't my type of game. And on top of that, those games I heard it looked like they were very hit and miss.
Yeah.
You know.
There were. I remember the controls being very different.
Yeah.
Nothing like controlling that, and I assume they've addressed that in the newer ones.
I wouldn't know.
Well, I guess I have to. But I mean, the controls were weird because you literally walk forward, and I won't say it was tank controls, but it was a little bit weird, like tank.
Really?
It was like a version of it.
Oh no,
So
no.
it was more looser
Yeah.
than like for instance Resident Evil tank controls. That was
wow.
true tank control. It was weird because you would be walking forward, and when you turn to look at something, the top of his body would kind of turn to look that way, and it always looked weird because he was always kind of weird shimmying, and I'm like,
Yes.
how did this not stand out? You're supposed to blend in like this.
Well, I mean, he walks like an assassin. Assassins have that very stiff, like
yeah.
I got a stick up my ass way of
much,
walking. No, the controls are not to that level. I actually tried both type of controllers because I played it on PC, and I was playing with the gamepad, and it's very natural. You know, it's not difficult. What you describe in there sounds like a nightmare.
But keep in mind, it's an old game, so
No,
the old
true.
ones, yeah.
No, on this one will be controls that you're able to pick up, you know, with relative ease. I mean, I should tell you, you're playing Red Dead. But I decided to play it again, and this time for some reason I went with keyboard and mouse, and it works fine, you know. But I still think that it's better. This is a type of game that you will better play with a controller because it's not like a super fast pace or anything.
Okay.
I think I like the idea of controlling the camera a little bit faster with the
Mouse.
with the mouse, just so like if I hear some noise or something like that, I can just turn real quick and.
Is it third person?
It's third person.
It is third
Yeah,
person, okay.
It's still that third person, you know, look without the weird movement mechanic that you described.
Okay.
But it's a refinement. This game came out in 2016 and it was very well reviewed. People calling it a refinement of the series, you know, a total reboot. This is where you should get on board. I'm telling you, this is the type of game that I will honestly recommend you. At least you know playing the start with the first one.
Yeah.
It's
If you get the
relatively
second one,
cheap
you
right
get
now.
the first, don't you?
But when you get you get the first, if we buy the second one, if you buy like the special edition, I forgot what it's called, but this one edition that has the Legacy edition.
Legacy, okay.
That comes with basically with Hitman 1, but with the quote unquote updates that they've made to the engine and stuff like that that they applied on 2, they're applying it to the maps of 1.
Okay.
So they kind of like refine and improve a little bit, you know, on that game. But it's not it's nothing that you will really miss if you only pick the first one, you know. But yeah, if you were interested in going in, you will go with the legacy pack.
Yeah. Which is what I would want. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But if you find that game, like if you're on Doubts and you find that game for like $15, the first one or something like that, that's an automatic get because it still runs, very well, and it's still that story, and it's very fun in a way of the first time you go into a level, you think, well, this is difficult. It's difficult to tell what's going on, where things are, what should I use. But you could do one or two things. And I'm sure you had described it one time that I played that, when I was dabbling on
the first one.
The first time. Which is you can either do a directed mission where it'll give you waypoints and do this, kind of like to
almost tutorial.
Warn you a little bit, yeah. Until, but then you could also replay each mission, and just go your way. Like it has some it has challenges that you can tackle. Like they call them story missions, which is like 3 different ways that you could actually perform your missions if you want to follow them.
Mm-hmm.
But once you have done it a second time, you kind of get the itch to experiment on your own because now you know where everything is.
Mm-hmm.
And by playing by playing it once, you're getting ideas on, okay, next time I'm going to assassinate him by pushing this toilet into his into his head.
Jesus.
Or something like that. Mm-hmm. It'll be hilariously crazy ways of assassinating basically.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it is, and it has a story. Like it has, even though each mission is isolated, there is an overarching story that you get through some very well done cutscenes. Now, my understanding is that the cutscenes are not as well done on Hitman 2.
Oh, okay.
Not well done, but the style of it is different. Like over here, you're getting CGI graphics, very nice. On the second one, it's like you can see where they try to cut the budget a little bit.
Yeah, because they're on their own now.
Now you're getting still shots. I haven't seen. This is stuff that I read on the reviews and that a lot of people on podcasts and whatnot have pointed out that the styles are different. So bringing the first game into the second one, it's cool that they kept the first game almost intact. If anything, they enhanced it.
Yeah.
They enhanced it. Dude, it's just it is super fun going into the same place that you already tackled, and it doesn't matter. Like you want to progress because you want to know where the story goes, but sometimes you just want to no, let me try this again because this was cool. I want to know if I can actually get away by doing this, this other mission. The AI is, I don't know how to describe it. It's surprisingly smart and lifelike, but stupid at the same time. Like you can play the AI, but if you discover the gamey elements of it, you can kind of play the AI.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Like I didn't find myself like cheating my way through it, but like I will do silly, and maybe this is programmed. Maybe this is the way it's meant to
go. Yeah,
to go.
It's possible.
Like I will do, for example, I noticed that if you could put an explosive device, but the explosive device is a small radius of explosion, so it wouldn't really cause harm, to the target, because usually the target will follow a path, but not the exact path that you're expecting it to. So I will have to be very lucky to hit him. But if I can grab like a what do you call it, to the fire
extinguisher,
right? A fire extinguisher. I will bring it. I put those two together. Basically, now I have a bigger explosion.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
The problem is that if I have the extinguisher and then I take out the explosive device, the NPCs are going to notice.
Yeah.
So, but I discovered kind of like a bug kind of thing where if I equip the extinguisher and I equip the bomb and then I equip it but I release it, it releases both at the same time. So now the extinguisher and the bomb are like on the location where I wanted to, and nobody will notice. Nobody notices.
You did it fast enough for it.
So yeah,
So
you
because
drop them
it's
both at the same time.
Gotcha. Because the device is not on you,
Right. Right.
they're like, oh, there's nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Even though there's a device sitting on the floor now.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So
That's
I can actually I can just take out a big area of attack, which is good and bad. It's good if I'm targeting a single character, but if suddenly that character is coming with all other characters, and you don't want to have collateral damage because you're trying to go for the silent assassination. So you got to think of those things because it could go both ways. It could be good or it could be bad. And another thing I noticed is that I could, like if I'm trying to go for an assassination and somebody's in my way and I don't want to kill him because again I'm trying to go stealthy. Well, I can kill him in a way. I can hear my wife on the other side of the room. Wow, I can actually kill the NPC without counting against me if I don't attack the NPC directly. If I cause an accident, if I shoot something, let's say that falls on top of them or that creates some sort of diversion or that or puts them on the edge of something and they kind of slip and fall, that doesn't count against me.
Yeah.
So you
because
can
they're an accident.
System.
Yeah.
You can kind
That's
of
actually not gaming the
system.
system. That actually is like from all the other ones that I played. It was exactly how. Like I'll never forget from. I can't remember which part it was. I want to say it was Blood Money or one of those, but it was this club that we went into, and I was coming to bring a roasted chicken to this fat, drug lord or whatever, and so I come in and I'm dressed like the guy the butcher whatever, and I close the shades and everything, and then it was really cool. Okay, that actually was an assassination because I had a gun in the chicken, so never mind that. But there was another one where. It was like this restaurant.
The classic gun in the chicken.
I know, so typical. It was this other one where I went into this, it was like a Japanese pagoda, whatever, and I went to take some dude out. And what I did was serve them a blowfish. But blowfish that, blowfishes are if you
they're
don't
poisonous.
if you don't prepare them right.
Yeah.
So that's what I served him. So I literally served, like I put that onto the plate, whatever, and walked out. Dude died. He died from food poisoning. Mission done. Silent
Nice.
assassin. You know what I mean?
Nice.
And so yeah. So they're not always gaming the system. It's I mean I would like to think that they designed it in a certain way where you're like, let's try every possible way and make sure it all works when we do it. And you know what I mean?
Yeah. You're right because I do remember that you have a coin that you can throw to call attention. But instead of me throwing them, what I would do is I'll just kind of place them on the floor in a particular pattern, and the NPC will notice one, and will walk towards one, and then will notice the other one, and will walk towards the other one, and next thing I know, I'm leading him into like a corner.
Yeah,
where nobody
to
will
take
see
him
me,
out.
and
Yeah,
I'll take him out. Yeah,
Mhm.
And I had a mission yesterday where the way to actually assassinate this like general, for example, was that two soldiers were talking shit like in a room in an abandoned school or something like that, and the PA system was right there. So I just went in, I turned on the PA system so that the entire base will hear the entire
talking
school will
shit,
hear
yeah.
the shit talking, so the general will get pissed. The general will get pissed off, and since I know what route the general was gonna come, was gonna take in to talk to these guys, I went ahead and planted a bomb, and sure enough, as soon as he walked in the door, start reprimanding the soldiers, boom,
Nice.
I took him
Nice.
out. And then I replayed that same mission again. I did the same thing, but this time was that on the second floor there was like a hole and there was like a toilet on the corner, and I pushed the toilet and hit him in the head. It's so good.
Yeah.
And it's one of those games that we can sit here for hours talking about the different way things went out, and no two experiences will be alike.
Yeah.
So
That's cool. I'm glad they stuck to their the
Yes.
normal way that they do
They
things. Yeah.
they did, and they pretty much fixed what people were complaining about,
Mm-hmm.
to the point where they created a really good. I don't know what even to call it, because it's not. I guess it's stealth, but not really. I mean, you are changing into different costumes, you know, to
which is also
it's like hiding in plain sight kind of thing. Another, which is again hilarious, the fact that it'll be whatever character. It's like nobody notices the big ass barcode that he has on the back of his head,
and he's this bald guy.
He's a bald guy.
You would notice a bald, like even if you didn't know that he was, like, I would notice someone who's bald.
Yeah.
And if later on, if I've seen a team of guys and then suddenly one of them is bald, like, I don't recall seeing the bald guy here. You know what I mean? So yeah, dude, you got to suspend your disbelief a little bit.
They have me walking on the catwalk of one of those fashion shows because they thought I was one of the fashionista
models.
With one of the models, I was also like a bald guy. And of course,
nice.
It just happens to look like me.
Nice.
So I just went in, took him out, and then got his clothes. I went and got his makeup done and whatever, and I went in. And
there you go.
Nice, dude. Can't say enough good things. I haven't started the second part, the actual Hitman 2 part of it, because I bought Hitman 2, but I wanted to finish Hitman the first one, because my understanding is that it is sort of a continuous story. You know, that's probably gonna take me a while. A while now.
Especially if you're redoing shit.
Over and over. I played one level like 3 times yesterday.
Nice.
Nah, but you can play a hell of a lot more. You're always, and don't even get me started on the elusive target.
Oh yeah.
Elusive targets. I haven't done one just yet, but there's one that I think releases tonight or tomorrow, and you only got one opportunity to take him, and if you mess up, that's it. You know. Now, actually, that's not true. If you can mess up, and you could reload as long as you haven't killed them. If you kill them already, now you cannot mess up. Now
you already got the target. Yeah.
But they are super difficult to tackle. So I've been watching even YouTube videos on how to like the different things, because that's
great though. Yeah,
it has a lot of systems that I still don't recognize, and the more I discover them, the more I'm like, it gives me ideas on. You know, like the evil genius, kind of like pointing ways to kill this target they have already killed many times.
Wow!
So that took me into a rabbit hole of watching the Hitman movies that came out. Both of them.
Nice, sir. That's something that I would have done. Can't even get mad at you at that. So that was something I would have done.
Let me tell you, there is one of them that is it's pretty entertaining, and the other one is let me start again, because they're both entertaining. At the end of the day, they're both dumb popcorn flicks. Yeah. One of them I enjoyed. The other one, I substantially enjoyed less. And it just so happened that the Hitman that came out in 2007, I liked it more than the Hitman Agent 47 that came out in 2013.
Somewhere around there, yeah. 14? The 2007s is I like it. Timothy Oliphant plays the Hitman, basically, Agent 47. And it has this Russian chick. I can't remember her name, but yeah, I actually enjoyed that one. It's got its things. You know what I mean?
I tell you why I enjoyed it, and I'm sure you agree with this. It feels more grounded in reality, than the freaking T-1000 Terminator storyline that they try to give you. They try to give us on Agent 47 or the
I haven't seen that one, so I have no idea.
It's that bad. You will probably not. I mean, you have to be really bored or really curious or morbid curiosity. Yeah. And I'm not saying that it's like unwatchable. You know, I was still entertained. You know, at the end of it, it was still entertaining. It's just when you watch it in the context of those two movies, and you know that 2007 one, it was good. It was fun. You know, it wasn't great or anything like that, but it was entertaining enough. Like I said, it was more grounded in reality. It was mature. It didn't have like almost crazy fantastical, like the things that these have, like little bit of spoilers if for people that haven't seen it, but they have a guy they're supposed to have like a subdermal armor, basically, so bullets will not harm him.
Oh,
And yet they want to make assassins like 47, even though they already have one that is almost like it might not be as cunning as Agent 47, but it doesn't need to be because
doesn't need to. Yeah,
he can take bullets and still live. I mean, like, come on, and it kind of ended in a way that makes you think, oh, they wanted to have a franchise. On this.
Okay.
I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't.
Not if it came out in 2013 and we haven't
heard anything.
Yeah,
I don't know. A reboot, maybe. But yeah, the Hitman 2007, I would say, I'll give it a 7. I would give it
easily.
7. Yeah. Right. It was. Like, it didn't even have to be, this is a Hitman movie. This could just be a cool action movie in the sense of, well, almost those other type of movies. Maybe not as good as the ones that I'm going to mention, obviously, but in the vein of like Taken and the vein of The Bourne Identity.
Yeah, that's actually good.
Those type of movies.
There's a B version of those movies.
Yeah, exactly. Like a straight to video version of those movies, which will still be entertaining.
Exactly.
Yeah. This the second one is the typical Hollywood attempt to Hollywoodize it as much as possible, and it fails.
And forget completely what the hell the actual source material is.
Painfully so. That was actually my week. Just Agent 47,
wow.
Hitman.
You were hitmanning it up.
I played a little bit of the new expansion for Forza Horizon 4, and it's cool. Like, at first I was a little concerned because I was like, after the expansions of the third one, which had the Hot Wheels levels and a level that it was pretty much on ice, on snow. Yeah, it was the mountains, stuff like that. Like, going to an island, there was that had like weather effects and storms and stuff like that. Like, I was a little concerned that this is probably gonna be boring, but so far so good. I don't have much to say on it. I mean, it's more Forza. If you like Forza,
can't go wrong.
You can go wrong. Yeah, exactly. You should get it.
Cool.
But yeah, man, assassin indeed.
All right, sir. I was debating whether should I start with the best, work my way to the word, or save the best for last. And I have decided to start with the best.
Let's start with the best, yes. Since I ended with the best, right?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Yeah, that works.
Oh.
I saw Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Yes, you did, sir. Yes.
Let me tell you, first off, let me give you a little backstory on how I feel with Spider-Man in general. Okay.
Yes. Let's start with Tobey Maguire.
So no, let me go back further than this. When it comes to superhero comic books, Batman is my number one.
Yes.
Number one, hands down. Right.
That's right. Right there with you.
Right behind that will be Spider-Man.
Always? It was always been like that?
It's floated between. I had Wolverine for a little bit, but I've always kind of gone back to Spider-Man. I don't know. I mean, I got to a certain point with Spider-Man, and obviously the comics just kind of fell off. I kind of stuck with Batman after that because I just dug his comics.
Yeah.
And but that said, the Tobey Maguire movies come out. Love the first. I saw the first one in the theater 3 times.
Oh yeah.
With Tobey Maguire, I was just like, I can't fucking believe they did it. I can't believe, like, the X-Men had already come out in 2000. But Spider-Man comes out, and I'm like, I can't fucking believe they made it. Spider-Man. He's actually swinging through the streets of the city, and I believe it. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's actually happening, guys. Spider-Man 2 came out, and it was good. It's actually heralded as being, believe it or not, a lot of people find that as the best ever of the series.
Oh, I heard that. Yeah.
I think it was really good, and it has a Doc Ock relationship, which is the game has, the PS4 game. However, I always found the plot weird. What he was trying to make, he was making a sun in the middle of this. It was supposed to be, the whole energy crisis. We're trying to make some sort of limitless energy. He's doing a demonstration with the hands, with the Doc Ock hands, because the only way he can touch it. But I'm like, there's a sun in the middle of the room, guys. How no one's running away from this? I don't understand. And of course, shit goes wrong.
Yes,
I was like,
I do remember
of course
now.
it's gonna go wrong. So anyway, that's beside the point.
There's a freaking sun.
Yeah, yeah. Spider-Man 3 was just no bueno.
Yeah.
No bueno.
I heard that was a musical.
Yes, actually, in part. The best part of it, believe it or not, was the Sandman storyline, and it wasn't even that in depth, but it was like the best part. So that says it all right there. Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, forgettable. Okay, I mean the best part, not the best part, but I guess the part that I remember those is the Gwen spoilers here for these films. Gwen Stacy death scene, which has been known forever in the comic books, right? Which I think was done really well. That's pretty much it. That's the highlight, right? So here, and then of course you have Homecoming, right? Homecoming, which I really liked. I gave it like an A5, right? Yeah. This is the best Spider-Man movie, period.
Damn.
Okay. Not only that, this is probably...
You mean the crazy one with all the different versions of Spider-Man? This is the one that you're giving the Spidey Award of Excellence.
Yes.
The Spider of the Year.
It doesn't even stop there, sir.
Damn. Okay. Wow.
This is probably one of my favorite superhero movies ever.
Shit.
And on top of that, I would actually... I'm serious.
I can't take no more.
I would actually be comfortable saying that this is probably my favorite movie this year. Definitely the best animated movie.
This is wow. Yeah. Now you normalized it.
You have Wreck-It Ralph. You have The Incredibles 2. No, this is way better than that.
Two great movies, but now you normalize it with that. Because if I was gonna say your favorite movie this year, no. You do realize this is the year.
Movie. No. This may be one of my favorite movies this year. Yes, that includes Infinity War.
You do realize.
I know what I remember. Dude, I've been wrestling with this. I've literally been wrestling with this. Okay, so.
Wow.
I haven't read. It's been one of those things. Dude, I'm watching it again this weekend. I don't know how.
You are?
Oh yeah.
I should have gone with you.
I told Nick, because I took Nick. And here's the funny thing. All right, so I saw the very first trailer for this film, and it left me ridiculously excited. I was like, "Holy shit! Do I need to see this?" Right? Then I saw the second one. Then I saw all the Spideyverse versions of Spider-Man, and one of them is Spider-Ham, which, believe it or not, does exist in the canonical. Not in the canonical, but it does exist in the history.
Yes. It's a comic somewhere.
Yeah, it is a comic.
Someone with a furry, comic person.
There is out there. That said, that last trailer let me go. Ooh, I don't know if I'm down with the multiple. So the whole story, and this is obviously not a spoiler. It's multiple universes have a Spider-Man or a version of a Spider-Man, right? And so obviously you have to watch the movie as to how they even come into play here. But when
they explain it in a way that quote unquote makes sense, but let's say it is not believable. What would be the word? Do they explain it in a satisfactory way?
They do.
Or do you have to stretch yourself too much?
No, not at all.
No, not at all? Okay.
Not at all. Not at all.
All right.
Actually, it does it in such an awesome comic book way. Okay. And the fact that it's animation, you just go, yeah. You know, it's just
I'll allow it.
Yeah, it's like I allow it. It makes sense.
Yeah.
And I like how it's looking. I'll allow it. Okay. And it's just, dude, I don't even know I don't want to spoil anything, because there is stuff that for people to watch it, you really want to watch this. This is why I want to watch it again. I actually wanted to watch it again before I made this proclamation. Damn. But I have been watching segments of it on YouTube, which, by the way, you can do segments of it on YouTube. It's out there.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I would say don't do it because you will lose something because you don't see everything leading up to it.
Yeah. Is it officially sanctioned or just pirate?
No, it's well, I don't know if it's officially, but they look clear enough to be and haven't been flagged in any way.
Oh wow!
But they're also meant to advertise, so almost like clips.
Oh, but is it the whole movie?
No.
Oh,
the whole movie's out there. Yeah.
So yeah, don't watch this. Don't watch
don't watch that at all. Yeah. That said, man, let me tell you. First off, I after seeing that trailer, it bummed the second trailer. It bummed my excitement down a little bit, to the point where I really wasn't paying attention to it. So Nick brought it up on Friday. Said, dude, after we left the podcast, dude, why don't we just go watch Spider-Man? And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? You know what I mean?
And
dude.
that was like the best.
I walked
decision.
out of that theater going, dude,
You hugged your son. And it's
I was,
like,
I was like,
so
good
glad they
choice, boy.
remember. Good job,
Dude,
boy.
I honestly, dude, I don't think I've ever. I don't know how to explain it, man. It is such a well done movie. It embraces everything Spider-Man. Spider-Man has always been about your regular dude, right? Your regular guy. He's got bills to pay. He's got people responsibilities. But on top of that, he's also Spider-Man, and he has to deal with that as well. And that plays into this. Miles is such a great character. Dude, there's so many freaking actors in this film. When I looked at the thing, I was like, holy shit, how did they get all these people for this? You know what I mean? It's an animated movie. You only need like 3 people, you should be fine. You know what I mean? But no, dude, they got so many good. Liev Schreiber plays which you see him in the trailer, Kingpin. He plays Kingpin. I can't remember the kid who plays Miles. Jake Johnson, which is from the New Girl. He plays Spider-Man. Dude, it's just so many people, dude.
That's a lot of talent.
There's a bunch of people in this. And the story is, again, it caught me off guard. I wasn't thinking it was going to be that kind of story. I was expecting a 7, dude. That's seriously, I was coming out expecting a 7. And here I am like, God, I love this movie. The soundtrack. Holy shit balls, dude.
I heard it was
The
really good because
soundtrack-
I've seen it advertised in a couple places, just the soundtrack.
The soundtrack is absolutely perfect for this movie. Okay, It is a very urban hip hop heavy soundtrack, but my God, does it work? It's what it is. He's a Brooklyn. He lives in Brooklyn, and it works, dude. I couldn't imagine any other freaking soundtrack. It's just like it's good all the way around, dude. And then on top of that, the freaking story, dude. At some point, I'm getting like misty eyed, bro, and I'm like, what the hell? It just caught me off guard.
It's a fucking cartoon.
Exactly. I'm like, I wasn't expecting any of it, dude. And I'm like, I can't believe this. And I walked at the, I was like, God, everybody has to watch this. Everybody has to watch this movie. Oh my God, everybody has to watch this movie. And I'm finding it hard for people, because it's like in the end they look at it and go, yeah, and I get it, man. It's a cartoon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I tried to convince my wife of seeing it, and she's like, oh, I don't know. Let's watch Aquaman, which is another movie that people are coming out of that theater like, yes, DC
finally got it.
Finally got it. This is what you got to do. This and that, and I'm like, whoa,
slow it down, guys. Slow it down. Yeah.
I heard this music last time with Wonder Woman, and I saw it, and it was it was entertaining. It was fun. I liked it, but I think
the thing there is DC gets it wrong so often that when they get it right, people get excited.
Oh yeah, I think that's what it is.
Hey, they got another one, So
I'm going to watch that tomorrow. But then when are you gonna go?
I don't know, dude. Maybe
if you do it on Sunday, let me know. If you do it on Saturday, then that's fine because I really got Saturday. But if you do it on Sunday, let me know because I might need to accompany you to this thing.
I might actually wait until maybe Monday because I don't think I have anything going on Monday. It's just, and I also don't want to oversell it. Keep in mind, not that my expectations were low. I had very middle of the ground, expectations. I knew it was going to be good because animation films tend to be good. They're never really bad. Oh, on top of that, dude, I have never thought the movie is hilarious. It's serious at points that it needs to be serious, and God, dude, I spent so much time laughing and smiling. Is my way through this film, dude.
Nice.
Oh, dude, it's so good. I can't gush anymore on it because it's just so freaking ridiculous.
It definitely sounded like something special when all the other animated hero movies you tend to see. Even the ones that they had the big announcements like Comic-Con and Big Hoopla, and you see them advertised everywhere, and it's to video.
Yeah, straight to video.
And this one, I was kind of surprised because the first time I thought it was going to be another video one, but then when I saw that it was coming to the movies, I was like,
Yeah, exactly. And then here it is. They put money behind this. There's money behind that animation. The animation is great. Yeah. There is it looks like a living comic book at sometimes. It's like the picture in frame. Sometimes there's thought bubbles. You know what I mean? Not actual bubbles, but thought. And it's so well done. It's like, and the characters, like I said, I love the character. I love the way it just feels real. It feels as animated as thing, and the fact that there's a Spider-Ham in it. You know what I mean? It's still, they have its real moments. You know what I mean?
That's the only part where I'm like, yeah.
It doesn't, and you know what? It doesn't, how do I say this? Yes, he's silly, and they literally address that. Like, really, you know what I mean? Yes, they do. There's an explanation for all. I am so in shock at this movie, and I could just be super excited for nothing. But I really feel like, I'm like, look, guys, it is.
They nailed it.
Yes, I was like, and this is Sony, guys. This is not. This is not Marvel. This is not Marvel Pictures. Whatever. This is Sony.
Damn.
And Sony fucking got it right. And yes, they got it right on an animated film. But man, you know what? If it took 8 times, that's fine. You guys finally got it right. And not only they got it right, they got it so right. And I think that they just let the makers just do what they wanted to do, and the animation looks different because they meant it to look different.
Yeah,
the music is real and feels real. Dude, Biggie Smalls is played in this fucking movie.
That's
you know what
awesome.
I mean? Like, are you kidding me? You know what I mean? I'm like, this is crazy.
That's it. I'm not getting Aquaman. I'm watching this one tonight. I'm gonna trick my wife.
I'm like, dude, the music alone is like, and yes, there are like, I can't think of his name. There's an artist that he's got all the tattoos on his face and whatever. I can't think of his name. I wouldn't listen to him. I really wouldn't.
Right.
Like, I couldn't sit and listen.
It's not
to
Machine Gun Kelly or anything.
But no, I can't remember his name. I'll get you his name eventually. I wouldn't sit and listen to him regularly. But in this movie, it just made perfect sense, and it really elevated the film to something just.
Well, that's it.
Masterpiece.
That's what scoring now.
I would do scoring it right now. I would say. I can't find a reason to get it any. I can't find anything wrong with it, and I'm sure I can when I go see it tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Well, that's why their whole numbers are made for that. So you are welcome to.
Dude, I have to give it. I mean, it's got to be easy. It's got to be a 10, bro. It's just like honestly, I'm trying to think of something. Even the villain, as little as it is, which is obviously Kingpin, has his own little arc. You know what I mean? So it doesn't leave you, he's just being bad to be bad. Yeah. No, there's an arc there. Yeah. And whether you see it or not, it's like, you know what? They took the time to give him a reason. You know what I mean? If I had to have a complaint.
Say no more.
If I had to have one complaint, this is based on the the Ultimate Spider-Man series, which is what introduced Miles, introduced a lot of stuff. I think it introduced the Spideyverse, but it also introduced some of the villains in new ways, and some for good, some for bad. So when you first see, and you see him in the trailers, it's not really a spoiler. You probably don't know that's who you're looking at, though.
Oh, shit.
And that is the Green Goblin. The Green Goblin does not look like the Green Goblin you imagine.
Yes.
So but that's okay. It's meant to look that way. It's an exaggerated version of the Ultimate series.
Right.
So that may take you aback, but it took me a few seconds to say, all right, we're okay with it. You know what I mean? Yeah, is what I'm saying. And dude, forget it, man. Well, and that's like the only nitpick I can say, and that's not even really a nitpick.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
Guys heard it here. It's a 10 out of 10 with obviously the Mad Dog's quality seal of approval.
Dude, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked coming out and go, I can't believe how good this was.
Stop listening to the podcast, and you need to go watch this now.
And then, all right. So now let's get off the high a little bit here.
I think we might have picked wrong. We should have actually gone the other way. So we ended on a high note. But okay, go ahead.
I saw the latest Mission Impossible Fallout, and
I saw.
Yes.
Well, I didn't see that, but I almost put that in also because I was, but then I don't. It's Tom Cruise. I can't see Tom Cruise taken seriously anymore, and that's a detriment.
This unfortunately,
that's unfortunate because I heard that movie's good.
However, here's one thing I would use to sway you into maybe watching it. He does all his stunts. Everything you see on the screen, and when you see what's on the screen, you go, I can't believe they freaking allowed a billionaire to do this because he doesn't need to do this. You know what I mean?
Wow. Okay. That's good.
So here's the not so good part. The story or the plot, I guess we can call it, is absolutely nonsensical. Okay. And to be fair, not that any of them. I think Mission Impossible.
Anime? Huh? Is it anime?
Anime? No. It's not anime. You know,
it's not getting to those levels.
No, not that
Not
ridiculous.
to disrespect anime.
No,
it's just
no, yeah,
saying there's you can have great anime with convoluted story and
Yeah.
there's still make it enjoyable.
This is not like that. This obviously someone is trying to get a bomb. They're trying to bomb a certain place. And the IMF team, which I don't know if you know what IMF stands for. Impossible Mission Force, because why not, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So
yes.
they have to come in, whatever. This is Henry Cavill. This is the movie with his mustache. The reason why he had to get the mustache.
This was the one.
Yes, this is the one.
I didn't know that.
The stash is there, and it's on all its glory.
I heard they digitally enhanced the mustache.
Oh no! Now, you have yes. It is 4D stash. Yeah. So no, but it's the story's nonsensical, and then you at some point you can kind of put it away and go, yeah, that's fine, you know, because you're here to see the set pieces, right? And that's where Mission Impossible has gotten way better throughout the years. It's because holy crap, the set pieces that they invent to do stuff.
Yeah.
My issue is there's a couple times here where I go, okay, that was really cool. Could there have been an easier way? I mean, do we really need to go through all that?
Oh my God, yes.
You know, so there's I don't want to spoil it, but there is, let's just say there's a scene, and if you watch it, you have to watch it. It's a very cool scene. Like I said, they go to great lengths to make sure you know that is Tom Cruise. You know, it's like I don't want to say it's on purpose and it's out in your face, but it's every so often you're looking at it and go, oh shit, I guess that's still him, right? You know what I mean? It's like,
so
I can't.
He's standing on desks and jumping like a clown.
Yeah.
And, you know,
yes. Saying
Scientology.
Yeah, no. So it just, like I said, it was a scene that I heard took about a year to make. One scene. This is a scene that probably took 5 to 10 minutes in the film. And it took a year to make.
Jesus.
Just this scene. Okay. And then
was he that bad?
No. It was just that.
Take 117.
I don't even know how many times they did it.
Tom, listen. Can you, when you come into the set, can you just not walk like that? You know, can you not?
Let me tell you. I don't know, but my problem with it is, as cool as it was, and hey, I guess it took a year. It was worth it. Worth it to say we can do it. When you see it in the movie and you go, I don't see what was why did you have to go through all that? You know,
why not CG?
No. I'm saying the character. The character could have gotten there a different way. It didn't have to be this extravagant way. There was no reason for this. So my issue with the movie is just the normal issues. It's like, okay, it's cool and it's great to see. There's a chase sequence that is ridiculous. You know what I mean? Sound is great. Everything's good in the movie. Tom Cruise is his usual crazy ass self. And then of course the characters are all great. Sometimes I feel like there's no stakes, but I guess, you know, and this really shouldn't be a spoiler, guys. I mean, I don't think this is obviously, you know, things always tend to work out because they've always worked out, you know. So it's like one of these days I almost feel like, why can't it just not work out?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I say, maybe it should be impossible. Yeah. You know, just, you know, maybe, I don't know.
Maybe we shouldn't be tricked anymore. Like, what is this, Final Fantasy?
Yeah, and I think the storyline really they really need to put a little more thought into the plot. I think James Bond has gotten way better, especially after Skyfall.
Yeah.
Where it's like, man.
Wait, I thought Skyfall was the last one.
No, the last one, wait. Was the last one? No, last one was, I can't remember the last one, but it wasn't Skyfall. But Skyfall was my favorite. But the story there and everything that was done, still action packed, whatever. But man, did they put thought into that fucking story? Yeah. And on top of that, the villain was interesting. You know, there not so much. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping that Mission Impossible reaches that level at some point, and that's okay. We want to have the good spectacle, but you gotta have a reason, guys. You can't just be doing it because, hey, let's see if this looks cool.
See, that's what I was hoping to get from the new Hitman. When I saw the first one and I saw what they were doing, and I was like, oh wow, this is actually a lot more mature and serious than I thought it was gonna be for a video game movie. But this is cool. And you see the second one, and now they just go into the ridiculous and the fantastic.
They go the rest way, yeah.
Why are you doing it this way? Well, you could have just walked through here. It would have been a lot easier.
Out of curiosity, what did your wife think of these movies?
She didn't hate them. She liked them, actually.
Both of them, okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
well, yeah, actually, no.
Yeah, okay.
I take it back. She said that she liked the second one
More than first.
better. Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
But at
That's
the same level, we understand that they're not.
Yeah,
great or
exactly. They're
anything like
popcorn
that.
flicks, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. We were entertained.
And so I watched that. Last thing I did, I finally started Ruiner, the game
I
Ruiner.
saw you
from
play
Devolver
that one.
Digital.
Yes.
And dude, I really like this game. My only thing about it is a fucking hard ass game.
I heard,
this is not an easy game. But if you don't know, it's basically a cyberpunk themed top down shooter. Also mix in with some melee, and it's basically you play this character who at the very beginning he is on his way to kill the boss, and he doesn't realize he's being controlled. This hacker, it basically gets you out of control, and then she's helping you to now rescue your brother and get the guy who is controlling you.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, it's so good though. And the music on top of that is also really good. I actually have a stream which I'm gonna put up onto the YouTube, and just you know what, put it right in the middle and just listen to the. It's just so like entranced music.
Yeah.
And you really want to beat the hell out of people at that point. But yeah, there's
Kind of like playing Thumper.
yeah, exactly, yeah. But yes, it's very action packed, it's very good. You have a lot of selection of weapons. There is ways of activating, because he is again partially cybernetic, so he can put in stuff to make him move faster, to make him do stuff. You are able to completely unload those and move it to other stuff, which is what I'm realizing. I'm so used to not having that option. And you can do this at any point. You can start one level, take everything off, respec yourself, and then take this level on. And then on the next level, take it all off, even mid-level, you know what I mean? And I'm realizing now that you have to do this a little more often, because there are bosses or sub-bosses that specialize in something. And if you've spec'd the wrong way, it's a complete uphill battle.
I was going to ask, so it's like different loadouts?
Not different loadouts. Different, like for instance, you have the ability to dash right on the screen, and you can spec it so that if you get like these every time you get to a certain experience level, you get these nodes that you can put into your thing to spec you out. Now instead of 3 dashes, you can up to 5, or you can spec it so that same dash, when you dash past somebody, you hit them hard. You have another one for a shield, and the shield will deflect projectiles. And as you spec that one, it'll last longer, or you can actually run into people with your shield and hurt them. So those type of things. Other stuff, for I don't say invincibility, but weapon loadouts. Your weapons will last, like if you hold a melee weapon, it'll hit 6 hits and it'll break, and you go back to your standard one. But if you spec that up, then it can last 12 hits or 16 hits, and if you have the really strong one, then you're fucking macking the hell out of people for much longer.
Nice.
So, but you can take all them off. You can take all these nodes off and put them, whatever you've earned, and put them anywhere else you want.
Ooh.
And what I realized, like I said, that's the thing I realized, that I'm hitting a wall. It's like, okay, I need to respec my guy. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm taking on this one boss that I'm realizing I need to melee this guy all the time. Shooting him hurts him, but not as much as the melee. So I need to put into my melee so that it hits harder, and stuff like that. So it's actually really cool.
That's
just
cool.
very hard though.
Can you save the? I keep wanting to call them loadouts. Well, can you save each respec? Like if you wanted to
into
go
a specific
back?
loadout? That I have not seen the option to do that.
Probably be ideal, because I would
that would be
imagine
pretty good to have different loadouts already set and ready to go.
Yeah, because if you're constantly having to change, it'll be good to have like different builds.
True,
that you
but
can go back and
the
forth.
problem is that it would be difficult to do, because if you save the build and now when you go back to use it, you have way more nodes that you can activate. So that loadout is useless now. You have to go in anyway manually.
But you still have the basics. Put
True,
in
yeah,
it,
exactly. Yeah, I don't think it has that, but again, I just figured that out, that I can actually do that in between. And it probably told me in the beginning, and I just got to like, whatever, dude, let's go. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, it's really cool.
Do you see sticking?
I am actually. I'm probably gonna play it sometime this weekend. I just I'm looking to respec them. So
okay.
And we are back, guys.
We're back?
And yeah, we're back.
All right. Well, let me finish this up then.
And it is time for Trailer of the Week.
Trailer of the week.
Yes. Trailer of the Week this week, guys. A little tale that is called Greta.
I was gonna say not Hellboy. to the surprise of all of you, I like the trailer.
I was okay.
I was okay with it. Yeah.
I was okay with
that
it.
was yeah. It was more like, hey, they're making a Hellboy, huh?
They're redoing Hellboy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a remake then? Remake? Or
Yeah, because he's just becoming part of the team of the thing.
Oh,
And
okay.
he was already part of the team for a little bit.
I guess so. Yeah. So anyway, Hellboy.
No.
So Greta though.
Greta does looked
Greta,
pretty freaking cool.
It was I would say the trailer started very different than how it ended.
Yes.
And I
On
like
purpose,
that.
yeah.
I definitely like that. And so it has Chloe Moretz.
Chloe Grace Moretz? I believe.
Moretz?
Yeah, full name. Yeah.
It
Chloe.
has I don't recognize the
other woman.
lady.
Her name is Isabel Huppert. She plays Greta, the titular character.
Yes.
And that's really all I've noticed. Micah Monroe, I did also recognize, and she was conveniently from the movie we were just discussing a moment ago. And the name was, yeah, thank you. The name escapes me too. I'm like, what the hell?
That.
Yeah. She was also from It Follows. And
Then never mind.
Yeah.
Hellboy. No, I'm kidding.
but no, yeah.
My biggest disappointment of 20 watching that movie, It Follows.
You're welcome, sir. That's all I was saying.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But yeah, so it looks pretty good. So essentially, I mean, just from the trailer, it appears as she's just a woman, looks like living in the city, maybe New York, because it's always New York, and she basically finds a purse, believes it belongs to a woman, has the address, goes to the address, and she befriends this older woman who seems to be a widow, and they become just really good friends. But looks like this Greta, which is the older woman, she has ulterior motive.
There's a past there.
Yes,
That'd
definitely.
be interesting to see it.
Yeah, so
revealing why.
correct. Yeah,
Don't get me wrong. Of the trailers that we chose, to watch, and we realized this is the week that like the Men in Black.
Men in Black trailer hit.
hit.
International. Yeah.
Yes, and of course, Hellboy. But so we were at one point. It was like, okay, so one of the two, and then you mentioned like, oh, well, there's another one here.
Yeah.
And
Which I haven't seen. I didn't see any of them actually. I haven't seen any of them all until just now. So
oh,
Yeah.
okay, but you knew about the.
I knew about the other two. Yeah, because I tagged them. Pretty. I was oh shit, that's it. I haven't had time, dude. I haven't had time. I can't even watch trailers at work like normal. Ugh.
So this is good then. We came in fresh to this trailer.
Yes.
All right. That's what we should be
But,
calling.
yeah.
We should be calling the segment the fresh trailer.
The fresh trailer
Yeah.
of the week.
The
Or
fresh trailer of the
yeah.
week. Yes.
Or the fresh.
But it has in order to work. Because we had the mouthful of
Yes.
the fresh trailer, and
Oh,
now
okay.
the fresh trailer of the week has to be a trailer that we know it came out, but we don't watch.
Yes. Okay. So it's interesting you mentioned that. There is this thing that I've wanted to do. I don't know if I can do. That's my problem.
Wow.
And that is they call it, believe it or not, they call it basically going to the movie
Going commando?
Unsullied.
Unsullied.
And that basically means you haven't seen a trailer. You have
okay.
no idea how things are going to lay out.
Yeah.
You just know that the movie exists.
Okay.
And you go in blind.
Wow. Okay.
And there have been people who do this on reviews, and I'm like, I don't know how you do that. They have because they're so shocked with certain things, and I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, I guess I saw that in the trailer. That's probably why I'm not, whatever. And I'm like, man, I wonder what that feels like to not go and, you know what I mean? You've only seen a movie poster. That's it. You know, and I'm like,
That's gonna be hard to pull off.
It's very hard.
Because people,
Especially if we're doing trailer of the week. I'm just saying.
For us, it's near
yeah.
impossible. But
Yeah.
I'm talking about like if we weren't doing trailer of the week, we were just like that. We wanted to do it, and suddenly, one of our friends will tell you, "Oh man, this movie's out," and this part was not a spoiler because it was in the trailer, and you're like, "Oh, but I haven't seen the
that's
trailer."
true. So, but yeah, I like to. I would like to try. I don't know with what. I don't know how. I'd like to try that at one
Bumblebee.
point or another.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, I don't want to see Bumblebee. But anyway, Greta, guys, looks pretty interesting. I'll post it in the show notes.
When is it coming out?
It's a great question.
It's March. It's March.
March 2019.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Actually, no.
No?
I take that
What?
back.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's what the trailer said. I thought that was a trailer. But that's what they
March 1st, 2019. I take it back. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. March 1st. Good job. And now,
I was holding my breath the whole time that we were on break.
nice.
Oh God! All right.
And now for some news items, guys.
That's right. We're gonna talk about the news. I'm
Yes,
not
we
ready.
do.
Go ahead.
Got a lot of little news tidbits, I guess if we can call it. Since we're coming to the end of the year, there really isn't much, guys. However, Xbox Live games for with Go for January have been announced.
Oh yeah, they did mention that.
And let me tell you, they have a winner, my friend.
Yes, they did. I was kind of surprised when I heard this one.
Yeah, Celeste.
Yeah.
Headlines the free games offered by Xbox Live for January. It will be available all month long with Far Cry 2.
Yeah, buddy.
Wait, is it Far Cry 2? Yeah, Far Cry 2 and Lara Croft, The Guardian of Light. These will be Xbox 360 games compatible with Xbox One. The other Xbox One game is WRC6, which is a licensed rally racing game.
Oh, that's what that was. Yes. I was thinking it's kind of like Dirt, like
Yeah.
like the racing.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
The,
There,
the
yeah.
racing game.
Well, the rally games. They were called
the rally game. Yeah.
So you have Celeste and WRC for Xbox One, Far Cry 2 and Lara Croft: The Guardian of Light for Xbox 360, also on Xbox One. So this is it's a decent lineup. Definitely Celeste. My God, that's a winner right there. Let me tell you,
That is a good get.
one of the best games of the year.
Spoilers for our topic of the week.
Hey, I didn't. I'm just saying one of. I didn't go that far. Jeez. Yeah.
Oh man. Well, let me spoil one of the disappointments of the year.
Okay.
And that is to hear this news, because this has made me dislike this guy all of a sudden. What's his name? Alfonso Ribeiro
Oh God.
is suing Fortnite for the cartoon dance. Because evidently that is a thing now that you can actually sue for dance moves. So Alfonso Ribeiro, for those who don't know, he played the character of Cartoon in the French Prince of Bel-Air with Will Smith, is suing Epic over Fortnite's replication of his. I don't know if this is actually legit or it was a misnomer, but they call it his trademark dance move.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they just mean that it's the dance that he made, therefore it's his trademark. I don't know if it's an official trademark. That's what I'm trying to say.
So here's the one of the things I've heard recently is that he has recently went in to trademark this dance.
Oh, so how recent? I wonder.
Let's just say not recent enough.
Oh, okay.
Or rather, not or too recent, I should say. It's too recent.
It's too recent.
So I'm like,
well,
yeah.
Gee.
Yeah, exactly. Almost at the time of the filing. How about that?
How about that? He's also suing 2K for doing the same thing in their basketball series. Hey, Ribeiro, let me give you a free one. This dance is also on Forza Horizon. If you want to go after Microsoft, I heard they have money. Go at it, boy.
Yeah.
So Ribeiro's Tom Jones routine is one of the most defining moments in the history of the show, and it has bled over into pop culture at large. And I mean, all you gotta do is just go to YouTube and put Cartoon Dance. You're gonna see. Well, now you're gonna see a lot of Fortnite. But back in the day, you would have seen a lot of French Prince of Bel-Air.
It's wow, I forgot how it goes. Shit. It's unbelievable to be loved. Something like that.
Is that what he's saying?
I think
is that
so.
What
I think that's the song that he does.
Well,
I think so.
Well, there's
Sounds about right.
others have actually come on
yes.
the recent thing, and you might have some.
I was gonna give it to you if you didn't have
Oh
it.
yeah, let me see. I don't. I don't have.
The three right here.
Okay. So here we go. Yes. Backpack Kid. Who the fuck is Backpack Kid? First of all, let's start with that.
I can't remember what it was, but I remember seeing this kid who did the stupid little floss dance that he does. Yeah.
Yeah. I will say the floss dance more than anything makes me think of Fortnite. You know.
Yeah.
Especially when I see little kids doing that,
it, yeah.
like
the
4-year-old
kid,
doing that. It's kind of sad, actually. It tells a lot about society, but then again, so many things does. Like the fact that like this litigations.
Yes.
Frivolous. This frivolous litigations. Yeah. Backpack Kid was the other one. There's another one actually. I thought you were gonna have
it's
it
in
here,
there
but,
too.
What's his name? Find it for me.
It's called for the Milky Rock Dance.
Yeah, who's that?
Rapper 2 Milli is seeking damages from the studio.
Damages, people.
Yes.
Damages. All right. So I know you guys enjoy, when I go into like let's take a Dream Twister rant. I don't know what we're calling it.
Yeah.
Dream Twister, tell it like it sees.
Yeah, I think
something like that.
I think that works.
Oh no, I can't, because that's trademarked by Chaos.
Oh, you're right.
He will
Yeah.
sue my ass.
So we'll just call it your rant.
There you go.
Yeah.
Let's call it my rant. So
Dreamy's rant.
First of all, when I posted on the group, and I tend to do it with with a little bit of sarcasm. I'm not trying to hide it. I was surprised that a lot of people were supporting. Supportive of it. It's like, oh yeah, this is stupid. Why? Of course they're gonna do that. And there were a couple of people that were like, "Oh no, I support Carton. Why they should be making money? How do you like if you create something and another company makes money of it?" And I understand.
Well, that's how trademark works. If it's something you think it's going to be valuable,
right,
then trademark it.
Right. Okay.
Then you have a case.
Then you have it.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, first of all, this could actually go into a much, much bigger rant that will have its own podcast that talks about how fucked and stupid, moronic in so many ways our trademark system and our copyright system works. I'm talking about specifically the U.S. trademark and copyright. It is the Wild West. It's like there's no precedent over nothing. Anything is possible. It kind of depends on who you get. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly.
And
that's normal for a lot
they
of
have given
litigation.
trademarks. So that's the scary part, because they have given trademark to the stupidest things that shouldn't be trademark.
Yeah.
Like one button shopping, for example, which Amazon has. Everything and stuff like that. So
it's a catchphrase. I can definitely see. I guess I'll have to do contrarian here, and not to be contrarian, but I can definitely see that, because if it's a catchphrase, then that's something that I can see.
A slogan,
like a slogan. Yeah,
I understand that.
Yeah. So one button shopping. You know what I mean? That's something.
But that's not a brand. That it's the act of buying by just pressing clicking once.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm trying to say is that I am completely on board if you were saying that you are trademarking a choreography.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So it's like saying I am trademarking this song, and this song I composed it, I wrote it, or I mixed it, or whatever the hell I did. It's my creation. Therefore, you cannot use it without my permission. And if you do it for commercial purposes, I have the right to
expect
sit down, yada yada, right? But a choreography will work the same way. But if all of a sudden what you are trying to trademark is a move, a dance move, that's entirely different. That is literally. Like I could go like me putting a trademark on walking. Hey,
or a specific walk. You can't walk like that.
You can't walk like that. And hey, now you owe me money for the way you breathe. The way you move your body. Like that is stupid. That is the part where, and that it sounds very stupid, but I can see it on our courts holding.
As well.
I can see it getting accepted, and that's the scary part because I have seen worse getting trademarked. But it'll be the same as if I were, again, if I was to use the analogy of the song, if I trademark a note, like you can't use me, in this tone, this horrible tone that said me.
Oh.
You can't use that. You can't use that.
All right. Well, I think we're splitting hairs here a little bit. Obviously, considering the use of that, you'd have to claim why it's yours.
Uh-huh.
That particular note, why that
Yeah.
note belongs to you, considering it's been used since before you were ever existed.
Exactly,
So obviously
yeah.
you can't trademark that. But I see what
Right.
I see what you're saying though. As far as this dances, I think it's ridiculous. And frankly, I've never thought I'd say this, but I want Epic to just fight them on this and just say no, this doesn't whatever. And it's unfortunate because I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think they're just going to do the usual thing, which is settle
Go
out
to
of
settle.
court.
This is-
you know what I mean?
let's be clear.
And that's the sad part because that's when you do that, you're setting the precedence that
Everybody
we
can
get
do
with
that.
this. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's something I remember saying all day today. But anyway, but yeah, basically, I feel the same way, and I hope they do. And I don't think they will, but I hope they just say, you know what, no, man, we're not going to budge on this.
A smart judge will throw this case. Actually, the best case scenario, and that will be like the example. And if we lived in a world that will allow for this goodness to happen, still, it'll be awesome. Is if they make this this people not only lose the case but have to repay Epic for the litigation.
For the
cost.
litigation, yeah.
Yeah,
Which can be done if
That would be
if that's part of the judgment.
that
it could
would be,
done,
in
yeah.
my opinion, the best case scenario. And again, I know you guys might have the argument of well, how would you like if you created something and somebody else will take money? Well, first of all, Carlton or Ribeiro did not create that dance.
Yeah,
all right,
it existed before him.
He went on record many years ago to say that he copied that from the. I want to say, was it Dancing in the Dark or what the hell was it? I don't know. It was a Bruce Springsteen song.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Courtney Cox was in it.
Courtney Cox was the one.
And
doing it.
she did.
I think they both were.
She did that. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
kind of like a silly, but that was the inspiration. So then I hope Courtney Cox end up suing him. But no, same thing with Backpack Kid. Backpack Kid. There is video evidence, of him at a Epic event, and when they're interviewing them, and they'd be like, "Oh no, I'm just, I'm not here. This is not for money. It's just, I'm happy that, I'm glad that they're using this.
Correct,
This is."
We all know this is his parents or someone around him saying, "Hey."
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Obviously, exactly. But it's still it is the problem with the litigation society
Correct.
that we
and the
live
worst
in.
part is if they were to lose, then they have ability to appeal, and then you can go even further.
Yeah, and it goes.
it's
Yeah,
like, oh,
exactly.
come on.
And that's why I think this should be like a straight no. With now you made the courts waste time.
Correct.
Waste our tax money.
Mhm. Yes,
into
you're
this,
right. It's exactly what it is.
into
Yeah.
this BS. So that's why I don't think it's right.
I agree, sir.
Yeah.
I agree wholeheartedly.
Yes.
My next
And
piece.
scene.
My next piece is Spider-Man. Oh, excuse me, Marvel's Spider-Man
Marvel Spider-Man.
finally gets the highly requested Raimi suit.
I was surprised that this was not a thing already, but that's really cool.
It is cool. I don't know if you heard the response from Insomniac Games when they first so basically they tweeted. Insomniac Games tweeted something in the regards of what's coming up on their new, the new DLC, I think, which is the Silver Lining DLC,
Silver
which is the
Lining,
most
yeah.
recent one, right?
Which I
And
think that's out today, right?
I think it's today. Yeah, 21st. Yeah, today. So they somebody responded saying, Insomniac Games or at Insomniac Games, it's a shame that you guys don't listen. Obviously we've been asking for the Raimi Suit, blah 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 blah.
Oh, they're like that. Huh?
Yeah. Oh, dude, you didn't hear about this tweet?
No.
Oh yeah, so they somebody tweeted at the tweet regarding the DLC. You guys aren't listening. We've been asking for the Raimi Suit, blah 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 blah. And Insomniac Games, I'm paraphrasing it because I don't remember the exact thing, but they basically said it's not that we're not listening, it's that we can't always give you guys what you want, basically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just like, boom.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, awesome. You know, that's like the perfect response.
That's it.
And they fucking released it anyway. I mean, obviously, I'm sure it was in the works for a while.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I mean?
probably what it is. They
But
can't announce
I still
anything.
love the response because it's like sometimes, you know, fandom can be just really fucking stupid sometimes. You know, it kind of annoys.
Yeah, which is the part where everybody thinks they're entitled for something just because they bought the product, and it's like it's still their creation. Anyway,
Correct, exactly,
you know.
exactly.
And
They
I'm
don't
sure
have
that
to do this.
They don't
you know?
have to
Yeah.
exactly.
And when it comes to that, obviously, there's probably a lot of like strings involved. You know what I mean? Because this is not supposed to be connected to anything in the MCU, the Marvel Spider-Man.
Right,
so
right.
it's like if it's not connected to it, and on top of that, this is actually Sony. You know, because the Raimi suits, for the record, was the original Tobey Maguire suit. And so that's Sam Raimi is the director of those series. So that's the suit they're asking for. And so it's like, that's Sony. It's not even Marvel. You know, it's like, there's obviously, you know, red tape involved. So it's not like it's easily done. But you know what?
And
Credit
also
to
that's for why?
for a suit, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
like it's just a suit, guys. I mean, you got like 40 other suits.
Exactly.
You know what the hell? You know,
Well, I'm going to tweet that there's probably not a Spider-Ham suit on this.
Oh
so.
yeah, that's the next thing. Let me tell you.
I'm going to sue Insomniac
Exactly.
for
exactly.
infringing on my trademark not to give me what I want.
Exactly.
So, the next generation Xbox console.
Oh yeah.
All ready for this? The next generation Xbox console, reportedly codenamed Anaconda.
My anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, huh?
I was ready to do that. At the end.
Nice.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. I didn't
My
mean to steal your thunder.
Anaconda don't. Anaconda and Lockhart. Two separate SKUs. It makes me think of
Oh, the other one. There's another one called Lockhart.
Lockhart.
Oh
Yes.
shit! I never got past the anaconda. I swear to God, I never got past. I even posted like stupid memes, and I'm like,
Oh, me
I don't
too.
even give a shit.
The Anaconda and Tifa Lockhart.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Tifa Lockhart. Yes.
So the next generation family of Xbox consoles reportedly have two code names, Anaconda and Lockhart, as I mentioned. As reported by Windows Central, the two separate Xbox SKUs or SKUs will theoretically act like the current Xbox One S and One X does now.
Okay.
Lockhart is rumored to be the more affordable baseline model that makes the technology accessible for a larger group of consumers, while Anaconda
Don't want no.
is beefed up. Is the beefed up version that will cost more for fans willing to shell out the money for more power. Both are expected to be released by holiday 2020. While the report suggests Lockhart could be comparable to or a bit more powerful than the current Xbox One X, Anaconda will be much more powerful, providing a quote cutting-edge console experience end quote. I don't know whose quote is that because they don't source it. Rumors also indicate that Microsoft is exploring technology to dramatically reduce loading times, possibly including a faster SSD hard drive. That would be interesting. Anaconda could also potentially act as a dev kit. Those rumors line up nicely with previous reports that Microsoft codename Scarlet is actually a family of consoles rather than a single hardware unit.
That's what it sounds like. Yeah.
Yes. Microsoft announced during the E3 2018 press conference that it was already deep into architecting the next Xbox console. When we will once again deliver on our commitment to deliver the benchmark of console gaming, end quote. So the details are still, these are still rumors.
Yeah, definitely. They haven't commented on it either. So
aside from the kind of silly name and Anaconda, Lockhart and Anaconda.
Hey, I like
why?
it.
I don't know.
I like it. I will call.
you?
It will bring that song to mind every time.
I think that's the problem. And I don't want none unless it got bun.
Well done, sir. Well done. My next piece, Atlas, is mashing up Persona 5 with another one of its games.
Wait a minute, they did that already?
with another one of its games.
Another one of its games.
Catherine Full Body.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Why?
The upcoming remaster of PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 games. Turns out the Joker. Excuse me. That's not the Joker.
That's not the Joker.
Turns out Joker, the Phantom Thief, who stars in the most recent Persona, will be playable in Catherine Full Body, as well as the Super Smash, which has been announced before. No word yet on when he'll appear as DLC quite yet, or when Full Body will launch in the West, unfortunately. I actually won that game. Let me tell you.
That game is...
I want that. I'm like, that's like a must. To me, it's like a must buy because I remember loving that freaking game.
Really?
Hell yeah.
You played? Okay, so that means you owned it at some point.
I did, yeah.
And
actually, I lent it to Alex, and I never got it back, that fucker.
Oh, there you go. See, that seems to be a problem.
It is a problem. It's not even... I say that, but it's not really his fault. No. I forget. I lend shit out. I'm like, it is. Yeah.
Oh, you're going to have to start, I don't know, buy digital. Maybe.
I guess.
That way you don't have an excuse.
No, but then I can't get the panties. No,
no, is it a pillow? Is it a pillow that comes out? I think it's a...
I'm joking. Yeah, the original collector's edition had... Was it a pillowcase? It was a pillowcase.
No, I think
and it had boxers too. Boxers
was
panties,
the original.
Yeah.
Was the
Sorry,
original.
you know.
Maybe the Japanese version. No, so... No. I was asking you because I remember I like that game a whole lot. Yeah. Surprisingly, because I'm not into puzzle games.
The puzzle game, yeah. Basically,
but then again, yeah. But then again, it was not only the fact that it had a story and what appears to be a very interesting one, but also. I was dying for anything from the Persona team.
Oh, okay.
When this game was announced, after playing Persona 4 and loving the hell out of it, when this thing was announced, I was like, all upon, and no Persona game came out on the previous generation on PlayStation 3.
No.
But this came, this game, and I played it enough. But again, it was. I stopped because it got a little bit too hard at one point.
It is a challenging game.
It gets very challenging.
Not only that, there is actually, I don't know if you know this, but there's actually a competitive scene for Catherine.
Yes.
A very, like...
There's an esports scene.
Yeah. I'm like,
surprised.
Man. But it is really cool. If you don't know what Catherine is, he said it, mentioned come from the Persona guys, but you play as the character Vincent, and he ends up meeting... he has a girlfriend, Catherine with a K, but ends up having a one-night stand with a Catherine with a C, and it becomes this huge tension, and he goes to sleep at night, and when he goes to sleep, that's when the game starts, and he is nightmares. Like nightmares, who he's climbing up these towers, which were really well done, dude.
That was really well done.
Good,
yes.
And you just had to survive the tower, you know what I mean? And of course, hopefully wake up the next day, because if you don't wake up.
Dude.
Yeah, that was really
exactly. Good. Then, and the game over screen, at the game over screen will say, then love is over.
Really good. I really, it's really one of my, it's a niche game, dude. It's very niche, but I really enjoyed the hell out of it.
I'm not gonna obviously say anything, but unfortunately I did get that game spoiled for me, the ending of it.
Oh no.
And I was so mad because I would have loved to see. No, I mean, I don't think it was anybody. If I remember, it might have been a podcast I was listening to, maybe, or something like that.
Fucking
but it was not
Bomb.
even. It was not. Well, yeah, Giant Bomb will do it on their year end.
Yeah.
But they give you a warning. Hey, everything we're gonna talk about, we're gonna have spoilers, yada yada. But no, and this was like casual conversation on it. I was like,
damn.
what the hell?
That's fucked up.
That is, because it sounds like it would have been, really cool. But is it my turn?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this one was a little bit odd. I think at some time I should promise not to continue bringing Star Citizen updates.
Oh, that's good because I had that piece right.
Oh, okay. All right. So I'll go ahead and take this one. So Star Citizen's single-player Squadron 42 is expected to begin beta testing in the second half of 2020. That was the game that was last. Well, we heard it was supposed to come in at 2016, and obviously it did not happen.
That's 2 years ago, and now it's 2 years away.
Yes, there you go. Exactly. And Chris Roberts announced that they acquired a $46 million investment into Cloud Imperium. So it says Star Citizen boss Chris Roberts look back on some of the game's big events today. Let me see. Today's likely year ending. Oh, never mind. It was just a fancy way of saying, hey, he released a press conference. I should not be reading from PC Gamer, man, because sometimes they get...
Yeah, sometimes I can't even understand half what they say, but...
Yeah.
It's that PC talk.
It's, it's probably... Hold on. Let me get another source, because...
It's all zeros and ones. That's all it is.
It is the PC talk. Okay, here we go. Star Citizen's single player releases in 2020, and this is courtesy of Polygon. They speak a language that I understand.
I think so.
So today, Chris Roberts, creator of Star Citizen game project, announced that his organization has secured a $46 million in private investment. Along with the announcement comes a release window for his team's single player game. Squadron 42, now expected to be released in the summer of 2020, more than 8 years after the original Kickstarter campaign. The investment comes courtesy of billionaire record producer Clive Calder and his son Keith. In exchange, the pair now owns approximately 10% of the shares of Cloud Imperium Games and have several seats on its board of directors. Roberts maintained majority control of the company. The more I read about it, the more this is sounding like
a sellout.
Like, hey, we're becoming a publisher. The same idea that they were trying to avoid because, we don't cater to shareholders. We want to make this game, and this is for the gamers. And we're going to do it our way because fuck the publishers. Say it after me. Fuck the publishers. Yeah. And that was the whole spiel when this game was announced.
And you know what? And I would argue that it worked. It worked so well. They got $150 million.
Oh, they have more than that.
I know. I'm saying the point.
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
$150 million, and we still don't have a game.
We still don't have a game. Yeah.
And then now they have another $48 million, and it's still going to take another 2 years. Guys, I'm sorry to say this for anybody that's waiting for this game. First off, I hope it's exactly what they promised. However, it's not going to be what they promised, guys. It's something. I mean, I don't see it happening at this point. It's with the money that's involved, with the. I can't. It literally frustrates that. Yeah, the face, all the stupid features. It's like, dude, who cares about this?
Yes. It's like they keep adding stuff that is unnecessary for what the game was supposed to be.
They forget that this is still, in essence, a game.
Yes.
And you're expounding on it because hey, we have more money. Let's give them. It's like in the end, you still have to deliver a game.
Well, they're making money that way. The way they're making money so far is like, let's just keep adding things and let's just keep showing demos, and people will buy the game.
It's happening. It's happening.
And it happened. And, hey, I love the idea, of it when it came out. I was all on board because I was tired of EA, the company EA, killed so many of my good studios that brought in, and so many genres that they brought in that were special, including Origin, the Chris Roberts studio, which they since EA owns the name Origin, they now use it for their store. So the fact that they did that. And here comes Chris Roberts announcing a game that was perfectly. It was like my genre, the one that I wanted to see back, and I backed him up. I was like, I'm super on board. I love this idea. It kept going better. At some point, it was starting to get a little worrisome because it was starting to sound like, okay, I don't think I'm ever gonna have and I'm a PC enthusiast. I don't think I'm ever gonna have the machine that is capable of running the way they're trying to make it, and they keep adding and adding. Because they don't need to finish it anymore because they're making money to the point where they have a board of directors now. They have shareholders.
They have a board of directors and shareholders for what? There's still no product.
They have like a bunch of studios all across the world.
All these people who paid already money into it, you're not going to get money from them because they've already paid into it.
It was.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was
I swear to God,
a donation.
This is such. It's going to be bad, and I don't want it to be bad, but it's going to be bad. It's
Yeah.
going to be. It's, and I'm not saying it's going to be like a Fallout. No, I'm not saying that.
No.
Fallout 76. I'm just trying
Although
to say.
if you play the betas,
I mean,
there's-
true, but they
yeah.
have 2 years away. I assume
They are rough.
they can fix
I mean,
some of that.
Don't get me
stuff.
wrong. I played the beta. What if they pull this up? Really, if they really are serious and they pull this off, this is going to be something that
Yeah.
nobody has experienced so far in the day and age where we have seen games like The Witcher 3 and Red Dead Redemption.
That's what I mean. It's
I
going to be
get that.
one or the other.
But
One or the other. It's going to
not
be the
looking like
best
that.
thing ever, or it's going to be the biggest
the
letdown in the
best
world. Yeah.
train wreck
Yeah,
ever.
exactly.
You know, one of the two. So they went in and released some financial records for the first time. They've actually never known that, to show, you know, the figures to show how much money they raised from the sale of individual virtual spaceships.
Oh my God.
And also the money that they have acquired through partnerships with organizations like Intel, for example, and stuff like that. So yeah, man, and not to mention they're spending, you know, this money also on all this Hollywood this Hollywood talent, but that's not really what's gonna make
The game,
game,
yeah.
yeah.
That's not what. I guess I'm saying. They're forgetting that they need to make a game.
yes.
This was the problem with the Order 1886, and I know
Yeah.
I get it. I know everybody's saying, how can you compare Star Citizen to the Order 1886? I'll tell
How
you.
dare you?
I will tell you why. Because that team, I forgot the name of the team that did it, but that team was so focused on, dude, look at the way this looks. Look at the
graphics,
visual
bro.
fidelity and the unbelievable likeness and all this whatever, you know. And what did they do? They forgot to make a game. That's what you're left with a 5
Yeah.
as a game, which is not a bad game. It's just a mediocre game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In the end, it's just a mediocre game. I paid very little for the game, so I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
You know, I enjoyed it for what it was because I only paid maybe
Like-
$20. You know what I mean? For it, not 60. But that was the deal. And this is the problem here. They're putting so much stuff into it. It's like, have anybody actually played an actual story mission or anything of the game?
Well, it does have mission. It does have
Have
a
you
quote
pl-
unquote
yeah, yeah.
persistent.
But has
universe.
anybody played it in a beta or anything like that?
No, yes.
They have.
Yeah. I have. The
Okay.
problem is that, yes, you see the foundation. You see the mission. You can complete a mission. You can take off from a planet. All those
Yeah,
isn't
yeah.
it? That,
All those
that-
beautiful
That's
stuff.
real. That looks cool. The problem is, at some point, it feels more like, okay, this is an awesome tech demo, but out of this, can you really make a game out
A
of
full
this?
game, yeah.
Or is it going to be the Order 1886, where again it's just
Or
a beautiful tech demo?
Not to shit on Destiny either, but originally we played the alpha and the beta of Destiny,
Yeah.
and we were great. And then we realized once we got the game that
Oh, this
the
is
alpha
it.
and the beta was pretty much really it.
Yeah.
It was like a half of the game. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's
yeah,
like, holy
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
So that's my issue, and that's my concern. And frankly, I mean, the more you put into it, the less you can put in anything else. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I mean, unless it's going to be a 300 gig game.
And throwing I feel like I don't know, disingenuous might go a little far, but I almost feel like giving a 2020 release date is almost like a stopgap for like, oh, from here to there,
We should.
people are gonna forget, and we can just say, oh, you know, we decided to add this new technology, and now it's gonna be 2022, or you know, stuff like that. Just keep the
It's either going to be that, or it's going to be like I said, or will Beyonce this shit and drop it, and then final product. Here you go.
yeah. This is
And
this is it.
You know, a 20-hour game
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. For all
for all that shit.
for all that. Well, actually, there are two games. Remember, they
Split it.
They split it into the single player campaign and the persistent MMO type universe.
No.
Which again, you're putting all this care onto this thing to make it realistic, but you're forgetting the fact that it's still gamers that are gonna play this game, and there's at the end of the day, there's still gonna be bunny hopping. They're still gonna be looking like idiots, and they're still gonna break whatever attempt at realism you try to make.
Yeah.
You know, it's still gonna be broken. Sir, if I'm
Bunny
allowed,
hopping.
yes, that's what happens.
Yeah, it's true. It's like this is not how wars are fought, but sure, it's just bunny hop all over the place.
If I'm allowed to just bring this one just to get it out of the way, because as long as we're talking about PC,
I was just taking a nap then. Okay.
future purchases. Well, actually, this might be
Kidding.
it might be in your interest.
Mhm.
Future purchases of Telltale's The Walking Dead, the final season, on PC, exclusive to the Epic Game Store.
Oh my God! What did I say? What did I say? See, I told you this is a slippery slope. It's great that there is another store. It makes Steam, do whatever. But then when you start making exclusive shit on it, and yes, I know you just need a PC. It's not like you need a specific whatever. You already have a PC, you can get it. Yeah. But now your library split.
You're fragmenting your libraries. So Skybound has done a deal with Epic to bring Telltale The Walking Dead, the final season, on PC to the Epic Game Store. All future purchases of the final season are exclusive to the Epic Game Store, in fact.
Nice.
However, if you've already bought the season on a different on a different PC platform, that's going to be a thing now. On a different PC platform, Steam, for example, you'll still get the final 2 episodes from your previous point of purchase. Skybound picked up development of The Walking Dead, if you guys don't remember, after Telltale went under in September. So yeah, it's kind of interesting to see Epic like fighting off these exclusives. Now, it's a little weird with the case with Telltale's The Walking Dead. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that can be, first of all, exclusive to anything. They're not a win to anybody. Except for maybe. I mean,
on PC again, it's easier because if you're already on PC, you have access to all the stores.
Yeah. I guess it's not like saying.
It's just you as a console gamer.
It's annoying.
For instance, it's like I'm used to having all my stuff in one place.
Right.
And the reason I have an issue right now just playing like The Messenger. I haven't gone back to it. Yeah. And it's not because I don't want to. It's because I don't want to play it on my PC. I just want to sit here on the TV and play it. So then when I go in, it's like, okay, I can plug all this shit or, oh, hey, there's this thing sitting in my library that I haven't played.
There's a PC there's the PS4 version.
And there's that too.
That you can just press it. Yeah, I get that.
So, yeah, so that's my...
it's funny.
My cheap tools. It is funny.
It's funny.
Hey, credit to Epic. You're making waves. You're making waves, and don't pay these freaking people about the dances. Just saying. My last piece is minuscule, but also surprising. Dreams.
Oh,
It Lives.
The game from Sony.
Media Molecules game. Yes,
the dream is alive.
It is alive, and they finally released their first beta this week.
Oh wow! Yes. Out of the blue.
Yeah, it came out actually on the 19th, so that's 2 days ago.
There you go.
Subscribers to the studio's newsletter will have first access to the demo, while the general public will be able to take part of the beta starting January 8th. Wow. So the studio held a live stream on Tuesday afternoon to announce the launch, which had previously promised would happen before 2018 was up.
Okay.
And actually, they forget to mention that they promised the beta back in 2016, but we're not going to hold them against that for now.
Fine.
It is still possible.
It was a dream.
Yeah, that's true. It is possible to join the Media Molecule mailing list as of now. As of this writing, but unfortunately, it happened already 2 days ago, so never mind that.
Anymore.
Yeah. You'll have to wait, unfortunately. January 8th. And they'll have until January 21st to check out, once it does come out on January 8th, 21st to check out the creator's mode demo, which will focus solely on the creation aspects of the game. I'm glad that this game is coming out. I still don't know what it is. I remember seeing... Huh?
I think anybody does.
I don't even think the makers do. It's just like, we just have a bunch of tools. Go in, have fun, play around.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember seeing the first trailer for it, and while it looked cool, I was like, man, I don't know if I have the... Like, I don't have the creative mind to make... Like Little Big Planet, for instance.
Right.
Little Big Planet, I remember it took me... Oh, my God. It took me days to make this one level that I was doing. And I called it Nick's room, my son, right? And I made it all like his chair and his table. And it was actually kind of cool. But, dude, like, forever to make it, right? When I finally go to play it, I'm over it. Like, in like a few seconds, I'm already at the end. I'm like, What
Okay.
the hell did I do here? This is ridiculous. Now, that said,
Hey, that's gaming.
yeah,
creation.
exactly. That said, I remember all the user created levels that were out there, and dude, there were some amazing ones. Just stuff that I would never imagine was even possible to be made in the game that I had played, Little Big Planet. And yeah, they did. They obviously have the time and patience to do so.
But
So-
not only, but the drive also.
And that
there's
too,
people
yeah.
that actually get the enjoyment out of creating the levels
Correct, yeah.
more than playing them. So,
And
yeah.
and obviously, I will assume that Dreams will have its select levels already done. There's supposed to be some sort of story involved, so that'll already be there, and I'm glad it will be. And I'm also glad it's coming out. I mean, at some point, I was like, man, and this game has to do something because otherwise,
That's it for Million Molecule.
Media Molecule may, yeah.
Oh, that's a very talented.
It is
team.
very talented, yeah.
I'm not sure if they make the type of games that are like system sellers though.
They no, they were, and I don't think any of them. Well, Little Big Planet got pretty
Maybe,
big. When
yeah,
it first,
yeah,
maybe,
maybe- yeah,
that
maybe
one
Little
did.
Big Planet.
Because Sackboy was such a
That was the
I don't-
mascot. That was Sony's mascot for the
correct.
longest
Yeah.
time.
I don't
yeah.
think Dreams has a mascot except for that old weird guy with the big chin. But
from the E3 demo.
yeah, I don't think that's a mascot you want for your
Hey.
game. Just saying. But yeah, good to see that. I might give it a shot just to see
Yeah.
because there should be some some already created stuff. Hopefully, if not, just to give us just to see, just to give an.
It's made of molecules. The quality is sort of expected.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Yeah,
They're pretty good.
How bad could it be?
It's ask Drives Club. So, you know,
Try to create Nick's room again and then
oh my god,
report back.
in 3D.
There's no, but there's no fantasy. Well, high fantasy.
Correct. There's no high fantasy in Winter Soldier, which was what makes Winter Soldier my favorite MCU film, hands down. And I have and coming up to Infinity War, and my excitement for Miss Marvel's like, yeah, that's gonna be cool. Still gonna be fantastical.
They're gonna be
Endgame.
cosmic as all get out, like you
Oh
said.
yeah, it's about the most cosmic film next to Guardians of the Galaxy. You know what I
The
mean?
Galaxy.
And then Endgame. So I'm like, I'm excited for it, or I'm looking forward to it. I'll put it that way. I am looking forward to it. I don't know if I'm like, that's definitely not. I can say right now, it's not the movie I'm anticipated for. Yeah, it's not
For next week? For next
year. Yeah, it's not.
Wow.
It's like, yeah, I'm like, I want to. I know. It's like I almost know what I'm gonna get.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know what I'm gonna. I'm gonna. I already see what's gonna happen.
I know.
And it's almost like I'm okay if certain people don't make it because I'm like, yeah, I already kind of expect them not to. You know what I mean? We already know where the contract's and information age sometimes can jade you a little bit, you know, and so
I see what you're saying though. With animation, that wouldn't be that much of a problem because it's like it's like writing a book. They might not, you might not know about any of the characters or the outcomes or contracts or anything like that. You're coming in not knowing what to expect.
Correct, yeah.
It's an animated movie. Anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
Nothing is real.
Actor changes don't affect you much.
No?
Because it's like,
Oh.
hey, it doesn't matter. Like the thing that happened with Rhodey, where from Iron Man 1 to Iron Man 2, you have a whole different roads.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's like, who cares? The same animator, he's going to make it look the same. You know what I mean? So it's I don't know. I just think that this is just me. I'm realizing that I did want live action superhero movies, but I'm realizing that I think I was wrong. What I wanted was big budget animated superhero movie because it gives you everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you get all the great effects and everything, and you don't have to worry about it looking bad.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. You know, outfits like, ooh, that outfit doesn't look cool.
Yeah.
When it's drawn, it always looked cool. You know, it's just like, so
when they're superheroes, you know that. Okay, if I have superpowers, I'll be telling you enough to not dress like that. You know?
Exactly.
And not all the time looking the same.
Exactly.
Either.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
So that's why.
But in comics, not
Exactly.
comics, but animation.
So we're back, guys, and we're gonna go into our hot topic of the week.
Highly anticipated hot topic of the week
That's
of
right.
the year. Hot topic of the year.
Oh yeah,
That's
You're
what we
right.
call
hot
yeah.
topic of the year.
Hot topic of the year.
Well
Ladies
done,
and gentlemen,
sir.
we have made it. This is the last podcast of 2018. That's not true.
That's not true. We still have next week. But I have a topic for next week. We're good.
Well,
Very
so you know how I originally thought this was gonna go. We were gonna talk about nominees, and then we were gonna be selecting.
Oh no.
The one.
We all know who the nominees are.
Yeah, let's be real.
Yeah.
We have decided to spare you of all that baba because there has already been the games that we're gonna be mentioning here. We just kind of it's just so that you can so you know that those selections that you thought vindicated. You're vindicated. Those are exactly what we're talking about.
Exactly.
Spider-Man's gonna be mentioned somewhere.
Yeah, it's gonna be in the something. Yeah. So I did post the categories on the group, and I guess I'll go through them real quick. Categories are the game of the year, obviously, biggest disappointment of 2018, the best soundtrack from game from 2018, best old game. So for the record, best old game is a game that was released before 2018, but we played in 2018. And then best character of 2018, best style, best story, biggest surprise, and the worst game of the year.
Now, let's address something up front.
Yes.
Why are we not talking about best multiplayer experience?
For the record, I don't know what I've played that's multiplayer. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I played, I guess, Monster Hunter World was a multiplayer game, and I really can't think of anything else. I mean, I did play Fortnite throughout the year, but that's
well, that's the point that I wanted to I wanted to make sure that the people understood. The reason why we're not bringing multiplayer of the year is because we are typically not high multiplayer games. At least
correct. Yeah.
Mad Dog and I we don't even tend to play together.
Yeah. I played my first multiplayer game in a long time a few days ago with Chaos Reaper. We played Helldivers. And we had a shitload of fun. Don't get me wrong. But I mean, that's an old game.
Yeah.
So hey, that's my best multiplayer game ever.
There you go. And you know what? I'm going to give it to Monster Hunter because it's the only multiplayer game I remember playing. Even though I'm going to retract that because multiplayer on that game is fucking broken and garbage. So moving right along. Destiny, there you go.
That's a perfect note to get. We're actually going to start with the worst game of the year.
Let's start. Yeah,
we're going to have.
We're going to leave the obviously game of the year for last.
Oh yeah,
yeah, obviously. The best for last. As they say.
If you weren't aware that that's what we were going to do, I don't know what is wrong with you. Sir, do you want to start or shall I?
Which one was it again?
The worst game of the year.
Worst game of the year. Okay, so here are my selections for and granted, we have not played the same games.
Yeah.
So there might be games that I mentioned that I'm not gonna mention that people are gonna be like, what? But why not this one? This one was worse. No, this was the games that I played that were considered the worst. Why don't I have a worst game of the year? What the hell did you call it?
I don't know.
Was it the biggest disappointment?
No, that's two. Biggest disappointment and worst game is two different things.
Holy fuck.
All right.
You might have just started with the one that I don't have. What? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
this is
7,
great.
8.
This is great.
I have 8. This is live.
We
have 8
1,
categories.
2, 3, and I have 9 on my.
God. You know what? All right. So the worst game. I'm just gonna go ahead and mention the worst game that I played. No, you start. Go ahead.
All right. The worst game of the year for me is easily Fallout 76. It's easily because I generally avoid bad games. First off, so not to say that it is the worst. It's definitely the worst I played. I enjoyed I think an hour and a half of my 4-hour game, and I was like, this is not bad. And after a while, I was like, yeah, this is really not good. I ran into some issues. Everybody knows about the issue. I'm not going to go into the but not only that, guys, let's be real. This game and everything that has come with it has been a garbage truck on fire, guys. The fact that the collector's edition didn't come with the right bag, and then recently they are selling. It's like they're not even, that I can tell, addressing issues, but they're selling like the new stuff for Christmas. That's like a Santa Claus outfit that costs $20.
Oh my God, the DLC already.
Yeah. The store's open, my friend. You can go in and buy.
I know it's open, but and I heard people complaining about it, but I didn't know that it was that like outright. Like this game is not finished. And $20 for this
for a Santa Claus outfit.
Oh wow! This is worse than horse armor. When
Dude,
it came out
this
of first.
is like I said, a garbage truck on fire, man. This is just
so. Let me ask you, because I want to make I want to understand the distinction. That's probably why I bypass it altogether. What would you consider? What's the difference between biggest disappointment and worst game?
So worst game to me is a game that overall I never want to play again.
Okay.
I didn't enjoy it overall. I have no desire to ever go back. It's just the worst game. Biggest disappointment doesn't actually have to be a bad game. It's just something that this is what I was expecting, and I was disappointed because of this. Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So it doesn't necessarily need to be a garbage.
It doesn't have to be a bad game. Yeah, it could be an okay game. It could be a good game. It's just you were severely disappointed because of whatever X, Y, Z.
All right. Well, because I was expecting nominations. You was straight into your worst game.
Yes.
I'm gonna use my format for the list that I have, and I'm gonna give you my nominees. Not a worst game because I didn't have that, but I do have disappointing game of the year. So maybe you can jump into
we'll do that next.
Yeah. So there are a few nominees, and I will gonna pick from that. But my biggest disappointments from 2018, and these are games that disappointed me even because I played them and I didn't like them, or disappointed me in the sense that there was a great potential here, and it came out and it was unfulfilled. And that's gonna be my list. So not all the games here I can say, oh, I have first experience. Some of them I basically avoided because of it.
Yeah.
So I have. Fallout 76, of course.
For all the reasons I mentioned.
For all the reasons that you mentioned. Battlefield 5.
Oh.
I played Battlefield 5, and I was very disappointed that this was in no way the experience that I remember from the older Battlefield games. And for reasons that I mentioned many times on the podcast already. It's not that it's a bad game. So maybe you're right. Maybe in this case, I wouldn't call Battlefield 5 the worst game. It was just that I did not care at all about what was happening on the single player campaign, and then the multiplayer. It just feels like not DICE's best performance. Like to very recent, there were problems with people thinking that they're dying too quickly, and now they modified it, and now people are not dying quickly enough. So now it feels bullet spongy. So they're going back, and
I don't think I've ever played a multiplayer game like that was bullet spongy.
A back and forth between between decisions. It's like obviously there's a problem there. There's a problem, and it's not like there's a new company tackling this problem. They have made many. How many of Battlefields in the past?
Yeah, exactly.
To the point where they should have actually. This is not new. This is something that it just felt unfinished. Even though it was relatively polished, it just felt unfinished because even the single player campaign did not have its last campaign until very recently it was added. And even the maps came. The map came out for the multiplayer. There were a few that some classics that you would have expected on a Battlefield game. And you don't have them. Also, some design choices that straight out make no sense. Like if anybody can revive, on it now, what's the point of having a medic?
Yeah, exactly. Why have this class at all?
And I can mention many things. I don't want to turn this into the Battlefield podcast. So yeah, Battlefield 5 definitely a disappointment. Nintendo Labo. Oh yeah, that's right. If you guys forgot, this came out this year, and
it did, yeah.
It came and went. I would say it went as fast as it came because do you even see it moving on Christmas? I don't even
honestly until you mentioned it just now. I forgot that it exists. So.
Exactly, a Nintendo title
Oh,
that people forgot like completely.
Wii Music says hello.
Oh, no, of
People
course.
forgot about
Well,
that shit quick.
that's
Actually, Miyamoto forgot about that shit really quick.
my point exactly.
Yeah.
From the get go, a lot of people got excited about the idea of it, and I get it. Like, I didn't have any problem with. Oh, this will be so much awesome for my kids, and this is the idea. They can have them build. They can have interested this and that. I thought that was cool. It was the adults, childless, that were like super getting excited about the idea of this. And you do realize that you're buying a box basically. You're cutting it, you're putting it together.
You can
and
get
then
this at
that's
your
it.
local UPS store.
That's
I'm just
it.
saying.
I know, right? It's like, and I'm not trying to be cruel or making fun of anybody because you like whatever you like. It's just
Actually, I am.
from the moment. Yeah, well, I hate Pokemon and you like Pokemon, so I understand that.
Hey, I'm okay with Pokemon. I'm talking about
Pokemon.
Bulbasaur. I'm just saying.
Bulbasaur, yes, there you go. So yeah, Nintendo Labo. I mean, it's an understatement to call it a disappointment because we don't hear about it.
Yeah.
So might as well not be on the list.
Like I said, I forgot it exists.
Came and went. And of course, I will be remiss if I don't mention Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Oh,
Assassin's Creed Odyssey is probably in spirit the reason we have this category. Because
the only reason we have this.
talk
one.
about a game that just starts out strong and it delivers. I mean, I was never a fan of the Assassin's Creed in general,
Yeah.
And here comes this game, changes a lot of things, makes this game an RPG, game with an action RPG game with really cool mechanics, a great character, an interesting storyline, and some beautiful, gorgeous world. It's amazing, especially even the thing that you will, even the naval stuff, which is I'm on a boat,
Yeah.
or I'm on my ship and I'm going through the water. Dude, the water looks gorgeous, and the battles are epic, and everything is so cool. And Ubisoft has to Ubisoft it with their crappy ass DLC and modifying the game so that you will have to grind so many hours on it. I mean, the world's immense, and if you wanted to do everything, I'm sure it'll take you forever. But that should be optional. That should not be the mandated way of playing the game, because you kind of want to, at some point, you just want to start making just book it to the end. But no, you have to, it becomes a grind fest, exactly like the reviewer said it was. Wait until level 15 and 16, and you're going to notice that you're going to be leveling up maybe once per hour, and sometimes once every hour and a half. And stuff like that. Yeah. And
it keeps moving outward. Yeah.
And and I was forgiving. At first I was like, it's slow, it's methodical, But that was when it was pulling a little bit. But then it started pulling harder and harder and harder. And my patience kept waning and waning to the point where I realized, this is what everybody's talking about. This is the grind. This is the point where Ubisoft just wants me to spend $10 to buy the freaking experience doubler, so that I could play the game at the normal pace that this game should have been. And if this game would have been at its normal pace, this would have been my game of the year. I'm telling you straight out, because God of War is great, Spiderman was fantastic, but the elements that this game, Assassin's Creed, had working together,
it sounded a lot like it was literally trying to. Again, from what I heard, I was like, this sounds a lot like they saw what Witcher 3 had and said, we can do that, let's do it.
Dude, yes.
And then, unfortunately, with the XP...
And with better combat, from what I've experienced. The combat was on point.
The damn combat.
The combat in Witcher is not, it's high point. Let's be real.
No, it's not as high. I definitely agree with you.
But the combat here was, it was cool. I felt like a badass with my character. But at the point where it just started to artificially, and you could feel it, bro. You can definitely feel the strain of it just being artificially
Just weighing on
inflated.
you, yeah.
So yeah, at that point I said, screw that. So anyway, that will be my most disappointing game of the year, believe it or not.
Oh, that's the number one.
Because
Okay.
with Fallout 76, I expected crap. I knew, I even said it. It's gonna take. They should delay this by a year.
Yeah.
They didn't,
Yeah.
and crap released.
Hence the reason that's not on my biggest disappointment, because it's like at some point, I mean, I avoided it 100%, and secondly, I literally just played it because I was just too freaking curious.
Yeah,
just
at that
too
point it
curious.
was like, how bad could this really be? Well, let me show you
Yeah.
the way.
Come to find out. Yeah.
Yes, Assassin's Creed, congratulations. You're my biggest disappointment this year.
My biggest disappointment this year will probably come as a little shocker. It's Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, and freaking the G.
And the reason I say this, guys, is one, the decision that they chose to make it as this beautiful epic world, and I'm like, hey, they did great on it. It just they
tech was amazing.
but they went way too off the deep end. They were just they went full, crazy. You know what I'm saying?
You never want to go too Rockstar.
Correct, and they went full Rockstar.
Yeah,
It's like,
too
nah, you
far.
guys just went too far, and it's just it weighed on me how long this game was. The game was good, actually great, from chapters 3 to chapter 6. So I had 2 chapters which took a lot of hours, and then 2 epilogues afterwards which took another lot of hours. So it's
they
like
could have been their own game.
correct, and they would have been bad games because they're just boring as hell. So unfortunately, it was a boring moments of the thing.
Oh wow!
So
damn.
realistically, I was just like, it didn't deliver on what I was wanting. You know what I'm saying? I was a little shaky towards the time that it was being released, but early on I was like, oh man, I really, man, Red Dead, man, I'm telling you, it's coming up. I feel like it's gonna be this, man, it's gonna be whatever. And I felt like a little bit afraid for God of War. I was like, man, it's a shame God of War's coming out the year, Red Dead's coming out. You know what I mean? And in the end, it didn't matter. but then that, and then the fact that, you know what, I get it, you guys have money. You guys done whatever.
You're gonna flaunt your expertise. We get it.
Realistically, guys, in the end, it's a game, and it has to flow like a game. You have to give us the options. And secondly, God, the controls, man, come on. This is the reason why I don't want to play. I was telling Chaos again. We had a little conversation. It was like, hey, will you ever consider GTA 5? He's like, you've been telling me, right? And I was like, look. If the controls are horrendous in a game where I carry a 6-shooter, everybody's carrying 6 shooters, okay, and I can't even aim to shoot half the time, you're going to take me to the future where now we're in automatic weapon world, and I'm just going to get lit up. I'm like, no, I can't. If you the controls,
it's never like this.
The controls are horrendous in freaking Red Dead.
In Red Dead, yes.
The menus and everything. It's just. I'm like, these are little things. These are what are the quality of life things.
They try to put too much.
No. I'm saying, well, yeah. When it came to the world,
yeah.
But the controls, oh my god, it's just. I mean, when you're pulling out a gun on someone by accident, why should that happen? That should not happen.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
In defense of
My
GTA,
biggest disappointment, Red Dead Redemption 2.
Right, to defend, if I'm allowed, GTA, the controls are never that horrible.
I don't
to the
know,
point
sir.
where it was on PC, and I was playing with a gamepad because I was comfortable. And
I would assume, because if you're playing with a fucking mouse and keyboard, fucking drop kick your computer is what you're gonna do. Let's move on, sir, to our biggest surprise.
Our biggest surprise, all right. Nier Automata wins this category by hands down. I'm still surprised. Again, yes.
I go if you're not ready for it.
Yeah. You want me to? I can go. I can give you my 3. Okay, all right. So
you have 3. Okay.
I told you I did it in these are the nominees and the choice, as every proper award should be. Shame on you for just blowing your load early on all of them.
I may mention a runner-up, but in the end,
it doesn't really matter.
The runner-up is just the first loser. So,
So, biggest surprise. All right. So this is gonna. You wanted a surprise? I'll give you a surprise. Starting off with Crosscode. Did I get the name right this time?
Yes, you did.
All right, thank you. So Crosscode.
I've never played the game, and I know the name. I'm just saying. Go ahead.
I know, and I always fuck the name. I want to call it Crossworld. So Crosscode was this game that I described a few podcasts ago, where it basically marries the look of a Zelda: A Link to the Past with and as far as the sprite, the 16-bit look, as far as the not the style, or yeah, I get this the style you can say. It looks very much like a Fantasy Star game, and the gameplay is a little bit more forgiving twin stick shooter.
Yeah.
What's that game with the baby?
Oh, I was gonna say Muramasa Baby. That's not it.
No.
I forgot. I forgot it.
Yeah, the game with the baby crying and the tears are the weapon.
That's so
That weird ass
horrible.
game. Oh, the something of Isaac.
Oh, The Binding.
The Binding of Isaac.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, it's kind of like that. Into a really cool storyline where you actually care about the characters. You have this character which, the story's too convoluted to bring up again. But basically, to know you don't speak a lot of words at first, and little by little you're discovering new words to say. But even with that limited amount of communication, you're still coming up very endearing, very the expressions and everything. It's delivered very well. Like you know how this character feels at a certain point, even though she can only at the beginning she can only say like hi,
A few words.
and
yeah.
then her name and then something like that. So it's really cool. It's like $15 or $20. I don't remember. It's on Steam. You guys should check it out because it's very well reviewed also.
Mm-hmm.
So Crosscode was a big surprise this year. Also, another surprise this year, The Messenger.
Yes. Oh, nice one.
I will be remiss if I don't mention The Messenger because The Messenger is a really cool ass game. I want to go back. I've just been distracted. Agent 47, has me on a few missions, and I have to do it because I don't want to be assassinated.
I hear you.
That said, when I was having a hell of a blast with The Messenger. Oh, actually, it was Ashen, the one that took me out. He was playing Ashen, and I intend to go back to it too. Oh, I say that, and
Yeah,
never
you never do.
Yeah, but I have to mention it because the writing on that game is funny. It is a cool ass gameplay. You think that it's just this is an homage on Ninja Gaiden. And it ends up being more than that when you play it. And also on top of that, it has a really cool soundtrack and all that. So definitely big surprise. Yep. Definitely what I would consider the game of this category as far as surprise. If this category was measuring the best game. But it's not. This category is called Biggest Surprise. So taken by Biggest Surprise, House Party was my biggest surprise
What the hell?
this year.
So you've gone back to play. is
You
what
were expecting. Yes.
Okay.
I actually there was a patch release and there was something I saw it. Let's put it this way. I saw it, just to see what changed. I haven't gone back to it. But if we're gonna talk about
Sure.
if we're gonna talk about a game that surprised me, and guys, I beg you, do not consider this game. Do not buy this game. This game is
Your biggest surprise, and yet no, I don't want anybody to share in this surprise.
Again, it is because it is not. It is not a good game. This is not the best surprise, the happiest surprise, the best game.
So what is
that was
surprising about it?
The fact that it took that he had me for like 9 hours on it, bro,
my
on
God.
one day, playing until like almost 3 a.m.
Wow.
And it was just there was something inside me that was not horniness. It was because this game is super
beg to
sexual.
differ.
This was the game is super sexual.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
I'm
kidding.
it was hilarious because I needed to see what I've never delved into that level a mutt when it comes to a game. Never fully. Of course, I have played some smutty ass games, but always for the. Oh, this is so fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Look at this. Haha. Not with the intention
For the
of.
joke of it, not really.
Yeah, not with the intention of, oh no, I need to see this through. I need to see what happens next. I need to see how can I make as many of your friends on this and have sex with as many characters as I can as they are written that I can because the game's not complete yet. And
it's still in beta, huh?
it's still
early access.
I was thinking I should not include it because the game technically is not fully out. Like it's not release.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's out. You can buy it. So that's why at the end I was like, well, you can buy, you can spend money.
I mean,
it's
PUBG
out.
in its
We're putting
early
Fortnite,
access,
all those types. And also, yes, it was surprising the amount of hours that I wasted on this, on this game. And I still want to see more when the new content comes out. I need to see what happens next.
Oh my goodness.
So there you go.
Well, luckily I don't have that level of smut on my list.
Well, for that you can count on me, guys. Yeah.
Thank you, Dreamy. My runner-up on this list, a biggest surprise.
Do not buy this game.
Is Monster Hunter World.
Oh, shoot, yes.
Biggest surprise because I've never played a Monster Hunter before Monster Hunter World. And I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about it, where I was going to be into it.
Yeah.
Nothing. I had no idea. That's literally zero expectations.
Right.
125 hours later. Okay, because the clock is ticking on that.
That one you didn't mind that you spent over 100 hours.
No, not at all.
Now, Red Dead was, no, fuck that. Red Dead's too long. But Monster Hunter.
But that's the thing. You're always doing something. You know what I mean?
See, that's the difference. Yep.
Really, really good. I can't believe I enjoyed it. I loved the hunt. I love playing with people. That was the great part.
Yes.
Playing with people was great. Yes, how you hook up with people is a little bit of a pain in the ass.
No,
but
it's a nightmare.
No, it's
It is a little nightmare.
I'm sure there are worse nightmares.
Well, Fallout 76 says hi. Yeah, I guess so.
So it was kind of a pain in the butt. But other than that, I still enjoyed it. I enjoyed every time I played. We played together. Did we play together? No, you never got it because you were waiting for the damn PC version.
No, what are you talking about? I played it.
Did you?
Yeah, of course. We played together, sir. How well did we discover? Yeah, no. How was it we discovered that it was a nightmare to get together? Because
that's true. Yeah,
I cannot join you because you were levels ahead. At first, we were like neck and neck at leveling.
Yeah.
Then I stopped playing, and you went, and then I was like, okay, I think I'm done. I
Yeah.
think I'm gonna wait for the PC version that I never bought because then I realized, oh wait a minute, it's Monster Hunter. What am I doing? Not that it's a bad game or anything like that. It's just I already had the experience. Yeah.
So,
and I have no friends on PC that will play with me.
That was. Unfortunately. That was the runner-up. My biggest surprise, however, has to go to a little game called Dead Cells.
Yeah, buddy. But see, you're giving it to good. Okay. Yes. That's fine. No, that's fine. That's fine. That's the reason you got surprised. Sorry.
So the reason I call it my biggest surprise is because it is a genre I don't like.
You don't like.
Okay,
yeah,
I don't like any type of roguelike game.
That's true. I take it completely back. You're absolutely right. I was surprised that you liked it.
Exactly. Yes. And not only did I like it, holy shit, was it good. I mean, it was really, really good.
Yes.
I spent so much time on it. I want to go back to it. This is how much I want to go back to it. I actually watched the hour and some change stream of Chaos playing the game last night.
Yeah.
And I'm going, oh man, this is like warming me up to just go back. I'm like, but no, I need to focus on Ruiner. So that's the reason why it's the biggest surprise, because I don't like roguelike. I don't like the fact that when you die, you lose a lot of things and you start back at the very beginning. Yeah. That was my issue with the one we were just talking about, the Binding of Isaac. It's like everything's gone, and I'm like,
Yeah.
And here it's done in such a smart way where every run is, first of all, you don't die immediately. It's not like, you can seriously outlive, like there comes a point where you have just this little bit of energy and man, you are outlasting longer than you should.
Yeah.
And you feel like, man, this is great. You know what I mean? But it doesn't matter. You make it to certain points and you spend your cells on certain things, and before you know it, yes, you'll die and start back at the beginning, but you're stronger. You're coming back stronger. It feels like there is actual progression, even though you're resetting back to the beginning. And I think, and not only that, I mean, basically that's my issue. I played Chasm, and it's a shame because if I'd have played Chasm first before Dead Cells, I might have actually liked Chasm, but I did it the other way around, and Chasm fell so short of fucking Dead Cells that I was like, this is a waste of $15 right here. I feel I'm like, fuck this game. You know what I mean?
Wow.
It is. It's just not done the same, and it's the biggest surprise because I was like, I understood what I was getting into.
Yeah.
And I'll take the chance because I'm like, if somebody's going to make a good game, I'm going to give you money for a good game.
Yeah.
Whether I like it or not, I want you to make good shit. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, here's money. And I did it. I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll play it for whatever. I can't believe how many times I come to work and we're like, dude, fucking Dead Cells, bro. You know what I mean? I'm still playing this shit. I got Chaos to buy into it, and he freaking loves it. And I'm just like, I want people to. You guys understand that this is, winner of Best Action Game of the Year from the Game Awards, well deserved. And yeah, my biggest surprise.
No argument here. I remember when that game was in early access, and I jumped in because I saw there was so much good vibe on it, and the developers were very open on it. And they had a good and they still have a good price. But I was like, this feels like something special. I'm just gonna go in, and I played it. And I will play it, but not to like continue playing because I know it was still early. I mean, it was early enough where a lot of the things I can't remember now, but there were a lot of things that were not. I mean, freaking text, freaking voice work or. Even the text, coming out, none of that was there. It was just basically, okay, go here. What are you doing? Who are you? Why do you die this way? Who knows? But just go for it. And I remember having a lot of fun with it, and like can't wait until the game is final release. And then it final release, and it was great. I loved it. Again, I didn't kept on playing it, but it was because of all the influx of games that were coming out. But that's another game that I can see myself, just loading back one day and try to get back the little bit of skill that I had to continue and see where it takes me. Yeah, it's a fun game like that.
All right, sir. Next category. We're gonna go with best style.
Best style. All right. So
you want me to start or you
best style. I'll take it.
You know what? I'll take it real quick because I don't have a runner up. I just have my winner.
Okay.
And should be no surprise. I'm repeating right here. Dead Cells, my friend.
Dead Cells, wow.
The reason for that is because the artwork and everything behind it is for a procedurally generated game is miles above anything I've seen.
Yeah.
Okay, miles above anything. I'm like, the level, obviously, it's completely different from the way it was before, but the detail that's behind it, it's like, man, they spared no expense in saying, yeah, we're going to make you do this. Yeah, we're going to change the layout, but it's not going to be your cookie cutter layout. You know, that you can't even, you look at one hallway versus no hallway, they're the same. No.
It almost feels like put together. Like
yes, it's almost like they're literally handcrafting each progressively generated area.
I have to wonder, because you play more than me, obviously. Mm-hmm. There were some levels where I was seeing a pattern. Was that just the beginning levels, or was it just sections of the level maybe that were kind of samey?
The one pattern that I did see, like for instance, I want to say it's in the toxic sewers. The one thing that I did notice, and this is only in the toxic sewers, I never actually noticed on the other ones. It could just be the way it was designed. Mm-hmm. It was still procedurally generated, but it still had this weird quadrant. You know what I mean? So the quadrant here, like when you're in this quadrant, you almost know, okay, this is the quadrant where all the little pipes and stuff are at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then the next quadrant. But the thing is, that quadrant may be here on the bottom left, right, of a square. If you think of a square, the bottom left square within a square, maybe it'll be up here, and the layout in it is completely different. So it's still randomized in that sense, but the sewers always had this little square look to it.
Yeah.
The other levels, no. The other levels had weird pathways.
It always feels very, very different.
Yeah, and then you have some really crazy levels. I can't remember the sanctuary, I think it's called, where it's dark and you have to be towards the light because the darkness will literally hurt you.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. So it's and then that layout's different as well.
Wow.
And then you open up different pathways, dude. It's just amazing. It's amazing what they did with this game. Seriously.
I have it on
And
my
very
list.
stylish.
I have it on my list. It's definitely Dead Cells is super stylish. Not only in that, just like you mentioned, the level design, but the aesthetics of it and the fluidity of that character, of the character you're controlling.
Oh yeah.
It's superb. And it's not at the expense of, it's very fluid, but now it feels slow. No, every move is. I mean, it's very fluid, but it's also quick.
Yeah.
It lends itself
really
for fast-paced speed runs and stuff like that. So yeah, it's definitely there. I also have Crosscode. Just because.
Also Crosscode, okay.
Yeah, just because I really like, even though it was and some might say a little overused, by now, 16-bit style.
Mm-hmm.
It evoked a lot of memories of Final Fantasy II specifically. Some Fantasy Star. Sorry, damn it, I still do that.
I know.
Fantasy Star, not Final Fantasy. Fantasy Star, the futuristic JRPG from Sega, and I really like that. That look. So that was there. Of course, the Messenger.
Oh yeah.
The Messenger.
How far have you gotten into the Messenger?
Not enough. I haven't gotten to the part yet, but I'm gonna. I'm gonna. Don't worry. I'm not gonna miss it.
It was my runner-up. I was like, I'm not even gonna mention it because whatever. But because
I mean.
Yeah, well, I mean, because I can't, because you haven't reached the point. I don't want to freaking spoil anything, but I can't mention it. But the point is, I was like, no, I got to give it to Dead Cells. So.
Yeah, Dead Cells is it's there. Crosscode, the Messenger, and I wanted to, I don't know, should I be including Hades?
I mean, you could. I mean,
because
at this point,
in the sense that Hades
you included
came
freaking House Party. Why not include Hades? I mean,
surprise! It was a
fuck?
Surprise.
Yeah.
That's the one I selected.
Surprise indeed.
No, so Hades is from Supergiant Game, and that would have run. That should run with this. You know what? Let's put it. If anything, because we're paying money for it. It's an early access right now. You can get it exclusively from the Epic Store. And it's the latest on Supergiant Games. And of course, as of right now, you can't spell style without S. As in Supergiant Games.
Yeah, Supergiant Games. Yeah,
I try, bro. I try.
Hey, that worked. Supergiant Game has some of the most stylish games ever. Yeah.
Definitely. And that's not to take anything away from Dead Cells. I do think that it is amazing. I'm just, that would have been my that's the one that I was considering selecting, and I was just gonna do an honorable mention to Hades. But considering that we're talking about games that you can pay money right now, let's put it whether they're in good shape or bad shape. And I can tell you, Hades is in good shape.
Nice.
So
nice.
Yeah.
All right, so let's take it to the next category. Next category is going to be Best Old Game.
Those are the games that came out at one point.
Before 2018.
Before 2018, right?
But we played in 2018.
We played it in 2018. Okay, so we're not talking about just like, so they came out again remastered and therefore...
Correct.
Okay, all right. Yeah. But I can mention a remaster if it's... Because where else would I'm going to put Bayonetta?
I don't know. You just want to put Bayonetta somewhere. That's what it is. Let's be real.
Hey, Bayonetta 2 came out again on Nintendo Switch, and it is an awesome version. So it needs to be mentioned at the very least.
So wait a minute. The Bayonetta came out when?
On February of this year.
Okay.
But originally, the Bayonetta 2 originally came out on the Wii.
Right.
All those, ages ago.
Okay.
And then it was re-released along with Bayonetta 1 on a 2-for-1 package for Nintendo Switch this on
that's right,
February.
that's right, yeah, okay.
And that's the first time I played Bayonetta 2.
That's right.
Because I never owned a Wii. And
All right, so I'm going to start with my runner-up. My runner-up for best old game is The Mummy Demastered.
oh shoot, yeah,
Came out last year,
That came out
2017.
last year.
I played it in, I think it was like March, April this year.
That game was great,
That
right?
game was great.
I
It was
cannot believe the Mummy,
ridiculous.
based on the movie,
Yeah.
the Tom Cruise movie, we're
Which
talking
was
about,
garbage.
which was a garbage movie. They made a really kick-ass.
You didn't even
old-school
play
version.
as Tom Cruise. You play as
No.
some random soldier. You know what I mean?
This
It's
could have
like-
been anything, and they just
dude,
Wow.
so freaking good. It was a Metroidvania
Mm-hmm.
type game, and it, it had the 16-bit look and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, streamed it for a little bit, and it is on the GG channel. But it is, dude. It was like that could have been a big surprise had I put it, come out this year. I would have put it as one of my biggest surprises.
Yes.
But seriously, really, really good. But my winner for this category would have to go to Uncharted: The Lost Legacy.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
That-
you did play it this year.
I did
didn't
play
you?
it this year, and
What'd you
and
think?
I thought it was amazing.
Tell me
It
about
was-
that ending.
the-
Because we're gonna spoil the ending if you guys don't know.
I mean, we're gonna speak loosely about certain things. I'm not gonna spoil
Okay.
like major plot points. Or
No,
anything
no,
like that. Yeah.
I like the song at the end.
Yes,
I like
do
the song at the end, and I
do.
bought the song at the end.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, I love
Nice.
that. That was MIA.
It was
Spoilers.
It was honestly, I mean, the whole game, the relationship between Chloe and Nadine was not what I was expecting. It wasn't something I just didn't know.
It didn't feel artificial.
It did not. It felt like they didn't trust each other, and then they had reason for not trusting each other, and they eventually realized why they're not trusting each other, and they eventually trust each other. You know,
Yeah.
it just becomes this awesome story.
Yeah.
Chloe has been this weird wild card of a character, and suddenly I fucking love her.
Oh,
You
I don't
what
know.
mean?
To
She was
me,
so-
Nadine was the one that at first I was like, well, wait a minute, wasn't she a bad guy on Uncharted 4?
no, I never thought she was a bad guy. I thought she was
Well,
one
not
of-
at the end, but
No,
during
no.
the game.
Not even through the game, because
Really?
she was always
Oh,
very,
man.
hey, this is my military group. My military group gets hired to do blank, and that's what we're gonna do. We don't care who's on whose side.
Yeah.
We're being paid to be on this side. You know what I mean?
She was still
That's-
the antagonist to Drake, is what I'm saying.
I wouldn't call her an
Oh,
antagonist.
I mean, you guys fight like
that doesn't
twice.
make you an antagonist. Shit. I mean,
That's literally the definition.
no, it's not. I mean,
I'm not saying she was
Yeah.
the bad.
No, she wasn't
bad
the
guy
main
or
antagonist, yeah.
I'm telling you, hey, this person was.
I would say
an
her-
enemy until she was no longer an enemy, but she
Yeah.
was an enemy because
I never
you
saw
don't
her that way.
fight. Oh, wow.
I really never
I'm
saw
sorry
her
you
100%.
didn't because the way I saw it like that, it was cool to then realize that okay, this is where the tables are turned because she's like, oh no, you know what, fuck this, at this point.
No, but Chloe, like I said, I call her wild card because she was always all over the place.
Yeah.
I mean, you would say she can be an antagonist because she was setting him up half the time, and then they're friends again, and then who knows what's
Well,
going on? You know what I mean? And
that's
she,
her
I mean, well, she was a
frenemy.
thief. Yeah, no, she was a thief, and that's how thieves work. You know
Well,
what I
there's
mean?
no honor among thieves.
And there are not, unless it's Uncharted 2, which is honor among thieves.
Yeah, well,
But
it
no,
showed that there isn't. So
it sure did.
It makes my point.
But no, it was really good. The graphically, dude, guys, these are like just an amazing looking game for this. It was a $40 title thing when it came out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And worth $60. Okay, and
Yeah.
it was amazing.
I agree.
And I'm glad I think I borrowed it from Infante. Yeah. Alex
yeah.
Infante. And I appreciate that, Alex. Shout out to Alex Infante. He lent it to me, and I was like, "Sure, I'll play it. I'll give it a chance."
I did offer it to you
The-
several times, but you were too busy.
But you
playing.
never gave it to me. I'm just saying.
Oh, I need to force it. I
He
need to
literally
force it
came
upon
and
you.
placed it on my desk. I'm like, oh, well,
that's
hey.
what it takes. Okay, that's
I'm like,
that's fine.
hey, look at that. There's a game.
I know next time for when I bring you GTA 5. Yeah,
Jesus
I'll
Christ.
just shove it up your face, and it's on your desk, so now you gotta play it, right?
Evidently.
So my biggest disappointment. Oh, wait a minute, we're not talking about that. My best old game. Actually, I have a list. So no, I got three. Sorry, I got
Okay.
three. So let's just get it out of the way. Bayonetta 2, of course.
Of course.
It
Shocking.
Was, it was, dude. it's Bayonetta, bro. And that game was great. The only thing is that it was not. I didn't feel like if it didn't feel better than the first one. It felt like a sequel. And on the sequel, now you're trying to and on the first one, you're trying to create something from nothing, and that creation is awesome. On a sequel, you feel like, oh, we need to create things to bolt into the first one so that the lore makes sense, and now it's like less awesome. So I enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong, but I would still recommend the Bayonetta one as my favorite, actually, as the best of the two. Though I can't wait for Bayonetta 3. So best old game includes that one. No Man's Sky.
Oh wow!
I was thinking if I should have actually added this one to best surprise, because that game was hot garbage when it came out.
That it was.
And now is cold goodness. It is actually surprising. Cold space. Goodness. So in space it's cold. True. So
and space is goodness.
Space is goodness. Yeah. So
unless it's Dead Space. But
now the thing is, you have to dedicate yourself to this game. Like you got to make space. You have to make space for this game to play, because it's gonna take you a while. I don't feel like this is the game that you're gonna want to play in between other games. You could, because there's not really. I mean, there's a story arc, I guess, but it's not like a really strong plot heavy one that you have to like that makes you want to stick to it. What makes you want to stick to it is the fact that you don't want to feel like super lost. Makes sense. Of course, you're traveling all over space. That's like the first thing that you're gonna feel like if you come back. Lost, yeah, like I came back to it the other day, and I was like, what are the materials that I need to? What was I planning on doing before I left it? It's that type of game. So that's why it is on my list, but it's not my best old game. My best old game is actually a little title known as Katamari Damacy. Katamari Damacy Rerolled. Originally a game released in 2000 and PlayStation 2 era.
Yeah. Many moons ago.
Many moons ago. It is a ridiculously charming, entertaining, funny, and hilarious game in its nonsensical way. I think if it wasn't for the fact that we're going to talk about at some point of best character, but and unfortunately King of All Cosmos does not qualify as 2018 release. Otherwise, he would have been my favorite character of probably a really long time.
2005.
2000 and when?
3 maybe.
King of All 2000. The King of All Cosmos is really good. That's who plays. That's your father. You actually play as the little prince, and you are sent on a mission to Earth to. So the King of All Cosmos destroy the stars of the sky in a drunken hoopla he had, right? So now he sends his son, his prince, to Earth to collect tchotchkes and crap from the Earth, objects, whatever. You can start collecting like little pieces of like thumbtacks, and you can grow that ball to start rolling like cars at some point, and even buildings. And I won't even spoil it from there, but it goes. Let's just say the game scales quite a bit. It has a very funny a very funny dialogue.
Yeah,
where the King of Cosmos will say like, "We know we can put your trust in you, but we're gonna put our trust in you for 7 minutes," and that's the all time you have to do whatever mission you have. The missions are time. You're rolling this ball and snowballing things and making it larger and larger. And the whole point is that at the end you have to make katamari, or a ball of crap stuff big enough so that it can be used to replace one of the stars. So it's nonsensical. It's stupid. It has pandas, so it automatically it should be my game of the year.
Pandas make everything good.
Of course, yeah. By all means, yes.
Next category is best soundtrack.
Oh, snap. Katamari Damacy has a fantastic soundtrack. Probably one of my favorite soundtracks after Nier Automata. Go ahead, sir. I just wanted to say that.
Neither of those came out in 2018, so
No,
neither are.
neither qualifies.
Yeah.
So
For me, runner-up would definitely have to be Tetris Effect. Tetris Effect
Oh,
music
wow, yes.
is ridiculously good, ridiculously soothing,
Oh, man.
ridiculously frantic. I mean, it's a little bit of everything,
Yes.
and it's exactly the way the game works. It's
Yeah.
just an amazing. It's so good. It really is so good. I mean, if you picture Res mixed with Tetris Effect is it.
Yes.
And that's exactly, I mean, exactly what you like, man, that's amazing. Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Res
and
is
the
a game-
music is exactly what it has to be for it.
I think I mentioned this. The music from Res and other games that are like this, they have actually like almost a pseudo emotional effect on me. So I can have music that will make me feel like elated and happy and like super upbeat and like those weird ways that music can like control your senses. And of course, on top of that, you're getting bombarded with visual and special effects and crazy
That's
stuff
exactly
like that.
what Tetris Effect is. Exactly what Tetris Effect.
I'll be so down with that game.
Yes,
you know,
it is
with that
an
game.
amazing game, and the music is literally the reason why it's amazing. It literally, because Tetris is Tetris. That's not going to change. It's the same Tetris.
I'm gonna give it.
But
to
the
you.
music is on point.
On point.
Of course, my favorite soundtrack of the year. Which should come as no surprise. And as a matter of fact, freaking Spotify had to even confirmed it for me when it did its wrap up to say, this is the song, this is the soundtrack that I've heard most this year, and that is for Celeste.
Oh snap!
Celeste
I thought you
music-
were going for Tetris for at one point.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
no. I mean, it is good, but Celeste music is amazing. Oh, freaking amazing! The game is great, and I'm ashamed to say that. Well, I'm not going to spoil anything, but basically, I'm happy that I'm able to include Celeste. You know what I'm saying? But overall, the music is ridiculously good. The game is great as well. It didn't really fit into any other categories, but definitely it just top notched the freaking music.
Wow.
It's so good. And to think that there's one girl who did this, and it's just like fucking else. I mean, knocked it out of the park. Easy.
Yeah.
On her first try. Maybe not her first try, but you know.
I have to give. I have to agree with you on that one, and also give Celeste the
best
mention
soundtrack.
because
Oh, nice.
Best soundtrack. Select. Well, I have a list also.
I know.
Celeste is there on my list, of course. I did play that game. Thought the soundtrack was amazing on it. I also have to make mention that the music and God of War was amazing.
Good stuff. Yeah.
It was the orchestra was very well. Of course, I would have sort of expected that because everything else on that game is so polished that I would not have expected them to flounder on the soundtrack. So the soundtrack is really good. It gave me exactly what I expected. I can't say that I have moments where that piece of music stuck with me and I just that, or that it was like extraordinary. It was just exactly what God of War needed.
Yeah.
No more, no less. So it needs to be mentioned. Spider-Man actually, surprisingly to me, made me feel many times with the music. Like without the music, I would have not enjoyed the swinging,
The
for
game.
example,
Yeah.
as much because it was on that point. Oh, I sound better now. I think I found my sweet point on my mic. Because that game's music, it's meant to evoke the feelings of being a heroic person, and so it's like very bombastic is not the word, but it is
Epic.
It is very epic.
Yeah.
Yes, it is an epic orchestra. What's playing, and even the tones of some of the subject matters. When it goes into these set pieces that are like sentimental or like they strike a very good like that they nailed the music design for those particular moments. I really enjoyed the music in Spider-Man, and I even left wishing that it would have won on the Game Awards, actually. But I got to give, obviously, Celeste did a fantastic job there.
Absolutely.
I will have to say, though, surprisingly, that even though I did not play it, I did spend a lot of time because I was not worried about spoiling anything on this. Or I didn't care about spoilers because it was freaking Tetris Effect, and who cares? But the music of Tetris Effect is fantastic,
Yes.
and that gets my nod for
Nice.
Game of Soundtrack of the Year.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It is so good, dude.
Dude,
I
fucking
want that
buy the game.
soundtrack.
Dude, by the way, I don't know if you know this, but it has throughout this week, this week and last week, several times, Tetris Effects has been available for $20.
I need
you to keep an eye on this.
I need to
because apparently you're not really willing to spend $40.
I
so.
don't realize $20 is like I will put it right now.
That's a must. A must.
I will
$20,
put it right now.
it's I get it. $40, I get it.
I can't believe that you did not tell me. Is that on the flash sale that is going on right now?
It was only available for like one day on Amazon, and then I think
Amazon.
on Amazon, and then on PlayStation Plus or PlayStation Store, it was available shortly. For, like on this, but it wasn't even a flash sale. It was like one day.
Wow.
It was like, what the hell? So unfortunately, you just got to keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
You got to keep an eye.
Oh,
on
I
it.
will. I will.
All right, guys. Next category is going to be the best character of 2018.
Best character, King of All Cosmos. Presented by King of All Cosmos.
Presented by King of All Cosmos. Because he
cannot participate.
2003's
character of the year. He's the character of the millennium.
So obviously, this can go a couple ways, and I deliberated on this throughout the week, saying who will I give the edge to. My runner-up is, believe it or not, Kratos. I didn't think that he was going to be a character that I would ever include on this list.
Me too.
However, his arc and everything that and I'm glad that it wasn't a reboot on God of War. I'm glad that everything that happened, and because it happened, it enriched the character. And now that they were able to give him an amazing story, it just, you know what I'm saying, his character came out in a way where I was like, I would have never thought that this is the Kratos that we have in 2018 when you think of the very last Kratos that we had before that.
Boy.
Yes. Boy. That said, my favorite character has to go to Arthur Morgan.
Okay, I'll give it to you, yes.
Arthur Morgan could have also been my biggest surprise, believe it or not, because I did not like this character. I went through several hours of playing the game going, I don't like this fucking guy. You know, this I don't know, whatever. Somewhere along the line, and I don't even remember when it was. It could have been on one of these weird side missions where it was not even part of the main story, and he's laughing or saying something and insulting somebody, and we're shooting at it, and I'm realizing this fucking guy is hilarious, you know what I mean? And before you know it, it gets to the actual crux of the story, and now we're in the main thing of whatever was going on, and suddenly I fucking care. You know, suddenly I realize, no, man, it can't, it's no whatever, you know what I mean? Before you know it, dude, I'm like, this guy it's just too cool. It's just too it's very similar to Kratos, where I mean here's the difference with Kratos and him. Kratos, I have several games before this to have his backstory. Okay? To have that backstory, so then when things happen in God of War, I have all that, and it resonates. Yeah. And with Arthur Morgan, because I don't know him before any of these games, I have all this time with him, and that's why it took so long. Because and now again, one of the things that I have an issue with is also a credit to the story itself. Is just to say, I spent so much time with him that I eventually came out to say, I fucking love this dude. This guy is freaking awesome, and you know what? He's relatable. He wants simple things in life. He doesn't like cities because they're just too loud and noisy, and just let's get that out of here, man. We just got to, you know what I mean? And it's just like, yeah, man, he was just too cool. And frankly, man, he's the best character as far as I'm concerned.
Rockstar is so good at making that, at presenting you with a character that at first you're like, oh, do I have to play at this guy? He did that dude. Everything you described there. Well, not everything, because this character is not serene at all. But Trevor from GTA 5, not to bring up GTA 5 again, but it's a Rockstar game. But that was great. That was Trevor to me. It was a character that's like, fuck, I don't want to play this guy. This guy's just a crazy lunatic motherfucker. It's like, who cares about it? And the more you play into the story, the more you end up liking it and be like, oh yeah. And then you kind of look forward to his next craziness because it's so much fun. But all right, so that's good. I had to say yes. Kratos is on my list.
Yes.
Because for the reasons that you mentioned, and I'm not gonna repeat in the interest of time. But also, I gotta add Spidey there, which is my surprise.
Spider-Man.
Yes, for Marvel Spider-Man. The Peter Parker. I did not think actually at first I was not on board with him at all. Like I even told you, it's like I don't like. I'm enjoying the game. It's fun. I like the characters, but I'm not enjoying this Peter Parker. I don't know what it is. It's like just typical, It's too typical. It's too Peter Parker-ish for my taste. It's
I can't wait till you see Into the Spider-Verse.
I know.
Wait till you see it.
I'm super stoked because this was not it. This was no absolutely zero risk taking Peter Parker as Peter Parker, and I did not like that at first. But he grew on me, and at the end, I just ended up loving him because he was very relatable in things that I'm not going to spoil because I feel like the game is still early enough. But let's just say that he closes that story arc with a touch of gold. He was very good. So he was very nice. The character that I enjoy the hijinks or her hijinks would be Cassandra from Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and my character of the year because I for as little as I was enjoying the game at the later parts when it was becoming a grind, I fell in love with that character. It was like if it was, and I know this is probably only legal in Japan, but if you can marry a character, if you can select a waifu, Cassandra from Assassin's Creed Origins will be my waifu. She was powerful. She was not, her feminine side was not exploited. She was a strong character. She was a kick-ass fighter, very cunning. She taught me how to say a bad word in Greek, which was
nice.
Malaka.
I
think it stands for asshole.
Nice.
This person's an asshole, or something like that.
What a
something
Malaka.
along the lines. Yes, yeah. Dude, she was great. And on a game that lets you pick between two different characters to play, it'll be almost a crime to miss playing as Cassandra, just because of how badass she is. Like, she is my favorite, not female character, but my favorite character overall. And
nice.
Especially this year, surprisingly over Kratos, which I thought he was great.
Oh no, hey, I never played Cassandra, so I could probably get on board with you if I did. But I hear you.
She's too lovely. I tell you, dude, I was crushing for this for this female representation of this Greek woman because she was awesome.
Nice. Next category, second to last, is best story.
We still have more.
Yes.
Best story. Oh yeah.
So best story. My runner-up for best story is going to be Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh my God, I cannot believe you say that this is your runner-up. Excuse me?
Yes.
Really? After all this time?
So, yes.
Wow.
So it is, so here's the problem. The reason why, so first of all, the reason why it's great. The reason why it's great is because there are so many characters, so many people to get to know and to really enjoy and embrace and become part of all this. And on top of that, you have Arthur Morgan and you have everything going on. It's like this just wonderful thing. The reason why I think if for me falls apart is because of the long stretches between the story,
Pacing.
and yes, the pacing, and then secondly, it literally starts the build up of the story at chapter 3. So I've already again spent many hours just getting into the game, and then it ends at chapter 6, and you have this epilogue that is, to me, a little bit of a slog. You know, it's just
This is the Mexico part of. I mean, not that it takes Mexico, but this is like the part that everybody criticized on Red Dead 1 was your stretch where you were playing in Mexico.
In Mexico, you were in Mexico for a little bit too long.
Yeah.
However, that's
wow. Even better. That's better than,
no. I was going to say that there is. Let's just say there's a Mexico equivalent within the storyline at some point. Okay.
Wow.
Which actually wasn't that bad, and they were smart enough to make it happen fast.
Okay.
So
good.
that was. But it was the moment it happened. I go, oh, they're just doing Mexico again, aren't they? You know, but it's not Mexico. This is all it is. So anyway, it was a great story. It really, you know, it was really good. Okay. However, the best story, okay, to me, and this shouldn't come as any surprise. Okay.
I'm thinking one, but let's see if it is.
It's not. It's God of War. Sir.
Oh, okay. It's not. Wow.
Yeah, I told you it's not. It's so.
Which one you thought I was gonna say?
I don't know. I just knew it wasn't the one you were thinking.
I was gonna say Celeste.
Oh no. Celeste is good.
I know.
Celeste is
I know it's good.
Yeah.
I know it's great.
Yes, it is good. However, there is a moment, and you know, this is very slight spoilers, nothing major. And I'll keep it as vague as possible. But there is a moment where something occurs to Atreus.
Yes.
And he Kratos runs to the witch of the forest. I can't remember her name. She's the mother of whatever. Yeah. So he runs to her, and he needs her help, right? And suddenly, this is an amazing moment where Kratos looks up. He lays Atreus down. She sees what's happening. He looks up at her and he goes, "Please help me." You know what I mean? And this is a phrase I have never seen. I never thought I'd ever hear from Kratos.
Please never.
help me. And he is. You can see it in his face because his face is already old and gristle, and you can see it's sunken. And it's, dude. The story behind this, it's just like, and the funny thing, everything that happened before that, it's like you had your moment with the deer, you had everything happening. It's like, I'm trying to raise him the way I need to. I'm trying to be a better father to him than I was to my other family, who have already passed away. Obviously, I want to be there for him, but at the same time, I need him to be strong. I need him to do this. And then something happens to him, and then I think he realizes at that point, I'm going to lose someone again, and I'm not going to have that opportunity to say what I need to say. And that's why he's like, please help. And it's, dude, it is. Fucking hell, dude! That game, that fucking story is, and those are the little parts that when I see them, and I'm like, oh my god, you know what I mean? They actually did it. They actually made Kratos this awesome character who, and again, it only works because you know the history. He's not okay. I'm not gonna say anything else. I'm just gonna. That's my favorite story. On top of that, because it includes Greek mythology. Not Greek mythology. Norse mythology, which I don't really know a lot of, and I so good that I actually went and started YouTubing a bunch of Norse mythology just so I can know. I was like, man, this is so fascinating, because I know Greek mythology so well. I know Roman stuff as well, and I'm like, no, I don't know anything about Norse mythology other than Thor and Odin. That's it. That's all I know. You know what I mean? Loki, I know because of the movies. You know, you know. So I was like, no, I need to know everything about this, and the story alone really, really worked for me. And that's my best story.
That was a case if I've ever heard one. And because God of War is also on my list. You know, it goes without saying. This was a toss up really, because even though there were many games that I enjoyed, there was only two that I felt like that I played that I felt that the story was compelling enough. I did not play Red Dead Redemption, so I can't speak to that. But God of War and Marvel Spider-Man, 2 games on Sony's stable,
Yeah.
I feel like they were fantastic proof that games don't have to deliver. Games don't have to give you like a game could stand on its own on the storyline and its gameplay, obviously. But in story and its gameplay alone, you don't need to like pad it with multiplayer that is unnecessary or, God forbid, stupid.
Fetch quests and stuff,
no DLC, DLC, loot boxes. What I'm trying to say, loot boxes or crap like that. You can make a game or live service bullshit. You can make a game legitimately fun, a one-time thing that you just play through to you finish it. You can up to 100% if you want, but you're not required. And the reason it was very difficult to choose between those two was because I really enjoyed the story on both of them. The story on Spider-Man, it was okay. It was good. It was better than okay. It was good. But I feel like that ending was so impactful to me and was so powerful that it closed it. That's like the thing that I remember about that game. It's like, man, how great that game ended. Again, my opinion. That said, I do have to give it to God of War as the best story game because of all the reasons that you just mentioned that I'm not going to repeat again. It is a fantastic from top to bottom. It is, dude, they take, and this is not to be graphic, but basically you take a lump of shit and you say, make me a diamond out of this. And it's impossible. And yet they did that. Yeah. Kratos was a shitty character, was never likable to begin with. It was just hilarious, the brutality and the craziness. And Sony Santa Monica.
Santa Monica, yeah.
They have
Cory Balrog.
Cory Balrog had the Titanic mission to make this somehow work in what can only be described as divine miracle. This game came out to be not only great, but Kratos. Who would have thought that we were going to be talking about, a character so deep too.
So deep, yeah.
He makes no sense.
Kratos and deep are two different.
Yes, you just said it.
Yeah.
Kratos is saying, "Please, what?
Yeah.
When does that even happen?"
But he says it. He says it in a way where it's like
it's hurting him.
Yeah.
It's hurting him.
Yeah. It's
so,
good stuff, man.
So best story. God of War.
Yes.
Moving on.
All right. Final category, guys, because we are running a bit long here, but that's fine. Final category. We've got Game of the Year.
We got the Game of the Year. The GG.
The GG.
GG. No, see, now I have to start again. GG. GOTY.
Nice.
The GGG.
The GG.
OTY. There you go.
GOTY. So I'm just going to start from my...
Oh, wait, that sounds wrong.
Top 3.
Good game of the year?
Good game of the year, yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Top
3.
Good game of the year? Good game of the
year.
Good
game of the year. So GG.
OTY.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Now that we have that settled.
Top 3 from bottom up. I'm going to start with...
It's going to be like that? Okay.
It's going to be like that.
All right.
Number 3 on my list is Spider-Man.
Oh, shit. Wow.
And
okay. You're going to be like, that's Spidey. I see.
Here's the amazing part about Spider-Man, and yes, pun intended.
Tell me the amazing Spider-Man. Yes.
The amazing part of Spider-Man is that it does so many things well. It doesn't excel at any of them or at all of them. Let's do that. It doesn't excel at all of them, but it does everything so well. What it excels at is its level of fun.
Yeah,
I had so much fun with that game. I mean, I can't express how much. It was just such an enjoyable time to play that game. I felt like a badass. I felt like Spider-Man. And again, my number 2 when it comes to heroes is like, this is exactly what I wanted.
Yeah.
And I remember playing the old ones and going, oh, this is okay. I mean, it is what it is, and it was excited for the time. But when you look back at them, it's there were good times,
Yeah.
But no, man, they hit the nail on the head exactly what you do. And on top of that, you got a great story. when it came to the and yes, you can see how things were laid out. I mean, it's not something there wasn't anything.
They had some basic issues also.
Of course, yeah. But it also
Not perfect.
nothing 100% surprise. Maybe a couple surprises here, but nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. No major. What
No.
the? You know what I mean? It's like
The
okay,
what the
we're-
fuck would have been more the way that they deliver what you expected was going to happen.
Correct. Yeah, they exactly. They went over and beyond to deliver the story way more than anything Activision ever did. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So
Or the Spider-Man's movie for that matter, but that's
the
something else. Except for Spider.
except for
Except for Spider. What's it called?
yeah. Into the Spider.
Into the Spider- I haven't
Miles
seen
Morales,
that.
guys.
Yes.
Miles Morales.
Miles Morales, yes.
That's my Spider-Man right there. I'm just saying. I love Peter Parker, and hey,
You had a good run.
long live Peter Parker.
But,
Miles
time to move
Morales,
on.
guys.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, great game, but it falls short, unfortunately. My number 2 is Dead Cells.
Oh, wow.
Because again, level fun factor, 100%. But on top of that, my God, it was just addictive gameplay. It was just
I have to think.
I cannot. I was like, I could
Wow.
not believe how much. And on top of that, it is a style of game or a genre of game
Uh-huh.
that I don't generally play. And here I am burning hours on this,
Yeah.
and not even caring that I spend 30 minutes on a run, die, and come back to the beginning. That's okay. Let's do it again.
It
You know
still
what I mean?
works.
It's so much fun. It's like, you know what? We know they have to do this again. So because they have to do it again over and over, we got to make this the most fun possible.
Wow.
And these guys nailed it.
Wow.
And on top of that, it is action packed. It's just good. And it's funny on top of that. It has funny ass moments on there. You're just like, you find these little things and the character reads it and goes, I don't know, this is crazy. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I remember,
Yeah. And it's so well done. So kudos to them. That's my number 2. My number 1. Yeah, I don't think you need the drum
The
roll.
moment of truth.
I'm not sure if this is a surprise to anyone. My number 1 game of the year easily is God of War. So
Also known as Not Celeste.
not Celeste. What can I say about God of War? I haven't already said. I mentioned the moment that's one of the most amazing moments. On top of that, the moment where the woman says there is something that can be there. You need to get this item, and the only way to do that, it's impossible because you can't. You would need a weapon of whatever, and he has this. I'm not gonna say what it is, but he has this moment. He goes, "I know of such a weapon," and it's just like.
I know. Yeah.
It's like holy
That was the
shit
moment.
balls,
That
you know what I
was,
mean? And
that
I
was a WTF
yes.
moment. Yeah.
And so there's that, and there is again, when I mentioned that moment, and I wanted to say it earlier, but I wanted to say when you look at the fact that this is a character that at any point he was mad, sad, whatever, it didn't matter what he was feeling, he would always answer with rage.
Yeah.
And that's not what he does here.
Nope.
As a matter of fact, he tries not to.
Yeah.
Because he realizes that it's almost bad for him. You know what I mean? And on top of that, he has someone that he needs to instill
Yes.
the right qualities into. So
Want to make sure that the person that could not control his rage before is the one teaching the younger one to control his rage.
there's no one else, unfortunately.
That's amazing.
It is so well done. And then, of course, there's a moment towards the end where there's a fight sequence. I won't say who it is, but you are fighting side by side with Atreus, and it literally, dude, I'm not even kidding. There's a moment. It's happening. It's just
Yeah.
happening, and I'm sitting there
and
like,
Atreus is kicking ass.
yes, they both are. We
Yeah.
both are. We are literally
Yeah.
just like. I mean, it was like an in sync moment. It's like
Yeah.
the entire game is leading you to this moment where you're like, now that you have done all this, you guys are one.
You guys are one.
know what I
You
mean?
guys
And
are
it's
the
just like,
weapon.
holy shit! And it
Yes.
just, dude, I was emotional. I was
Yeah.
like, this was amazing. I was mad because I couldn't just stop and replay it. You know, and I was like, I just want to play it again, real quick. Let me just do it, like you would a movie. Like, let me
Yeah.
just rewind it. I want to see that again. I couldn't do that, but
Oh,
it was good stuff. And of course, man, that's it.
No, honestly, Game of the Year will be foolish not to include God of War, in there. I'm gonna put my list on no particular order. Oh yeah, maybe I should, because it's the game.
It's up to you.
But I want to mention a couple mentions that I wanted to give to a couple of games that I have a lot of fun, this year. Not expecting so, and enough fun to where they have to be mentioned. So instead of top 3, I want to make it a top 5.
Okay.
So number 5, I have to give a huge shout out to Hitman 2.
Nice.
Hitman 2, like I described, it's a great game. It's great fun. And don't let this description be demeaning because it's totally not. It's a sandbox game, but it's in the best way that I can describe a sandbox game being. It's like it's control. You have the power to do stuff and still look like a total badass. It got me it got me to watch the 2 awful Hitman movies. So
Says it all.
and they were not that awful. Well, at least the first one wasn't. The second one kind of was. The fourth place, I have to put Ashen.
Oh, nice.
Ashen, I didn't mention it on any of the other categories, but I feel like it deserves mention here. It is a game that if you own an Xbox, you owe it to yourself to play this. As a matter of fact, you could play this game as part of Game Pass.
Game Pass, yep. Mhm.
Yes, you can play this game as part of Game Pass. This game is available right now also on PC on the Epic Store exclusively.
We are not sponsored by Epic.
It is, no. But we might as well be since they're exclusive.
We've mentioned it like
everything.
5 times.
They
now.
might buy us, hopefully. It is an excellent port. It runs on PC like it's beautiful. It's super stable and it supports 21 by 9, all that good stuff. That you're gonna spend on PC. So definitely, shout out to that one. It's you might call it a Dark Souls clone, but it's actually a good one.
Yeah,
it's
got its own. It's got its own vibe. Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely. Not to mention the style on that is, it's really cool. It's unique. I just didn't put it on the best style list because I feel like the style was a lot more mellow, actually. Surprisingly mellow, yeah. That's another great, most mellow title. So, and now, of course, we're going to go into the known, the expected ones.
Okay.
Third place, I have to give it to Marvel's Spider-Man.
Nah, there you go. That's where I had it, and you're picking on me. But
no, Marvel. Yeah, the Marvel Spider-Man. No, because you know what? You know what it is? I think I meant top 4 because I don't remember.
Okay. You did say top 5, so it's top 4.
I did top 5. Yeah, okay. Sorry. So top 4. So let's say Hitman was 4, Ashen was 3.
Spider-Man is 2.
Spider-Man is 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, let's say that. And the number 1, of course, is going to be God of War. Come on. What else did you expect? It is the game of this year. Not Red Dead.
No.
Not Red Dead.
Not Red Dead.
And that just speaks volumes of how much you need to play this game.
If you own PlayStation 4,
dude,
honestly, you're doing yourself literally a disjustice, disjustice, just to or an injustice.
An injustice.
An injustice.
Yes.
Injustice.
Yes.
What's wrong with me? All right, injustice. You're doing yourself an injustice by not freaking. That's the thing. I didn't want to say the game. By not playing this game, it is. I mean, truthfully, if you never play any of the other God of Wars, you won't understand the character, but you will understand what's going on.
Yeah.
And it is. God, it's so good. I gotta play that shit again.
It is. It is fantastic, and I just want to close out by saying, if you don't own a PlayStation that you can play this game should be reason enough to get this title. Not to mention all the other games that come out in 2018. Because if we had a category for platform of the year, hands down, and I have a PC, and I'm including the PC on this list, but hands down, you got to give it to PlayStation 4 because my God, did they had a strong like the year. Mm-hmm. I mean, this has been the decade of PlayStation 4, you might say, with all this title.
At least the last 5 years.
The last 5 years, yeah. But my God, this year was great to the point where it almost feels like they kind of gave all they had already, and they don't really have much else to want the next year.
I guess we'll see.
But let's just say
it could be changing hands soon.
They don't have a PlayStation. They didn't have a PlayStation experience, and they're not having an E3 anymore for the first time
since E3 started.
Yes. That should tell you how amazing and important 2018 was for Sony. So big shout out and congratulations, Sony. You are the console of the year. Seriously, the platform of the year. And shout out for God of War, a game that I felt like with all the other games that were coming out, Spiderman and Red Dead, like I felt it was getting threatened because it came out in the middle of the year. Most people would have played it by now.
February.
Oh
Yeah,
my God,
the beginning. Yeah,
a lot of people would have probably forgotten about it, but no, man, it's super.
It was that good. It lasted. Yep.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, guys, for sticking with us and with our Game of the Year awards. As I mentioned before, please go to goodgame.tech. Join the conversation there. And if you like this, you like what we do, please like, subscribe, and share the podcast with everyone. Leave us a great review on iTunes. It definitely helps the podcast move up the list.
We'll send you a check. We won't do that.
No. Well, we'll send you a paper with a check mark on it.
There you go. That works.
That's probably all
you
we're going to do.
Yes.
Good job. Thanks so much for listening. This is Mad Dog signing off for this week. Mr. Santos, take us home.
I just want to appreciate everybody that has stuck to us on this year. Which this is not the last episode of the year.
No.
It just sounds like it, but it's not.
It feels that way.
But it feels that way, yeah. But I want to thank the new members. We actually had like a little bit of an influx of new members on the group, and it's you guys are inviting your friends. We really, really appreciate that. We encourage that.
Absolutely.
If you guys have friends that are gamers and you want to get them into a community that cares for for reals, bring it here. Bring it to your home. Good Game is your home, and you do the stuff that you want to do here, and yeah, let's play. Let's enjoy.
That's
awesome.
awesome.
Have an awesome 2019. See, again, I'm making it sound like this is the last podcast.
Don't worry, guys. We will see you next week.
GG!